I'm so pissed off. I was just talking to myself for fucking 10 minutes. That's so embarrassing. Is it working now? Please. Please, please. OBS. Okay, so here's the deal. This is what we're going to raise money for today. All right? Here's what we're raising money for. I have a Mac. Macs are not good for streaming. I'm not the computer whiz here. My live stream producer, Winslow, is the computer whiz, okay? And he can build me a computer. I don't know how. I'm like blown away that he can do that. So Chocolate Mike, hi Adam. Sorry, that doesn't usually happen. OBS has just been really finicky. And I did this whole spiel for the last 10 minutes. Anyway, it's the Stoner Show. Welcome to the Edibles Club. Club Sesh. I was talking to myself because I had hit broadcast and I could see you guys. The chat was coming in and I was like, why isn't anyone responding to me? And then finally someone was like, said, I'm high as fuck. I was high. Okay, anyone here? Hazel, thank you so much because I was just talking to myself for the last 10 minutes. Hi, Stuart. Hi, Leah. Hi, Becky. Everybody, welcome Adam to the sesh. Hi, Harry Lee. Okay. This is so funny. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy 420. Sorry, I'm not usually late. But of course, today of all days. And why does my microphone not have a little foam on it? Because my sweet little baby dog chewed it up. Hi, Alan. Hi, Joy. It's been one of those days. It's really funny. Okay, so basically, I gave this whole fucking spiel about the raffle, right? Because we have I welcomed, let me do it again. I have to do it again. You don't even know that this is again. So just ignore what I'm saying right now. Welcome to the Edibles Club, my Patreon, my new Patreon members, Jeff Goring, Jason H, Christian G, Donna Zigman, Mean Kitty, meow, and Adam Shorn. Welcome to the Edibles Club. We have an amazing group chat on Patreon. If that interests you, you should come and hang out with us there. This is my live stream. It's a club sesh. Today we're going to talk about Canadian tariffs and maple glazed donuts. They're connected and, maple syrup. I'm sure it will ramble. We can talk about whatever. But I go live for hours, as some of you may know, and some of you may not know. Oh, Madam Dram is here. I'm hoping that the foam will come while we're live so that I can put it on. Bonbon chewed it up. It's my fault. I put it on the floor. I just wanted to sit in the chair without the mic on, and I put it on the floor, and she thought it was a toy. So how's everyone doing? Thank you so much to Chocolate Mike. What I was explaining is we have a raffle happening. And so I just got this. I know it's ridiculous. I put your name in here. Every super chat gets put into the raffle. And the winner will get a custom chocolate, whatever that may be. You might say, I don't like chocolate. And I'll be like, oh, that's a real challenge. I'll figure it out. And I was like, Chocolate Mike, it would be so fun if you won, because Chocolate Mike is a bean to bar chocolate maker. And I use couverture. So I don't roast beans and grind them and mix them with, like the cocoa butter and the sugar and do all of that jazz. That's not my forte. My forte is confection, making caramel candies, and tempering chocolate and coating it in chocolate. So it's really nice to have him in the club. It'll be a really great addition. Chocolate is life. That's right. That is right. Hello from Maryland to Cali. That's awesome. We have members all over the world. Chris came from Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love when the live stream on Instagram brings people over. It's like always, I'm trying to get people to move over from Instagram because it's so much more free here for me. I can just speak how I want, and they're not gonna, I just child restrict it. If they don't want kids or certain countries to see what I'm talking about, then, or smoking or, you know, eating, then just allow me to restrict. My account on Instagram is already age restricted. And yeah, you can't even look up my name. People are like, I can't find you. I'm like, yeah, you have to put it in exactly how it is. It doesn't just like pop up. So they have little sneaky ways of kind of punishing people. It kind of feels like I'm like, I don't know, maybe I like it, so I provoke it a little bit because I'm just like, fine, fuck you. You know, I'm going to post more weed. What are you going to do about it? Kick me off? But anyway, hi, Eddie. Eddie, I was late too. Well, OBS, I was on time sitting here talking to myself because OBS wasn't working. So that Vice show you were on was badass. Thank you so much. What was your favorite episode? The Edibles Club is coast to coast. Yes, exactly it is. Oh, I was telling, where did my joint go? Oh, wait, I noticed my lighter. I have it in my hand. I know you're like, your joint's in your hand, but I mean, I had a little package with other joints in it, and I don't know where they went. Where the weed? Oh, there it is. I'm smoking Garden Society. It's called Balance, and Government Oasis is what it's called. That's great. I need a break from the government. But we're going to talk about tariffs today, so we're going to dig in. Let's just chill a little bit. The grandma episode. Oh, the Nona Marijuana. That was a really good episode. I wish I could have gone to meet her, but it's okay. Would have been fun. Salutations from El Paso, Texas. Hi, Mezcal Poppy. Welcome to my sesh. We're going to smoke some weed. We're going to talk about, I am. I don't know about all of you, but I am. And we're going to talk about Canadian tariffs. We'll look into it. We'll dig in. If anyone has any links they want me to watch about it, feel free to send them in the chat. And then we're going to talk about donuts. I guess they don't have to be, drop my joint. They don't have to be maple glazed donuts. Becky loves that episode too. I pre-ordered another copy of the book from Barnes & Noble. Oh my God, Leah, thank you so much. Did you get a discount? Are you a member? So today, until Friday, Barnes & Noble is offering a 25% off discount on my cookbook, How to Eat Weed and Have a Good Time. Let me put that in the chat. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to do this right now. They're like trying to sign me up for something. I'm like, please, not right now. Not right now. Hi, Zach. First time you're here. Welcome to the sesh. I hope my sound is okay because Bonbon chewed up the foam to my mic. It was supposed to come by now, but it hasn't. This is the link. If you're a member at Barnes & Noble, you can get 25% off my cookbook, How to Eat Weed and Have a Good Time. This is it right here. It's pretty badass. It's awesome. It's fun. That's me. It says, so you want to eat weed and have a good time? You do. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But it's very colorful, beautifully laid out, designed. I think the design team was really blown away by the photos from this book, from the team, Julia Stoats, Casey Dobbins, and Samantha Margarita. So Julia Stoats was the photographer. Samantha was the prop and like set designer. So she like picked the plates and picked the backdrops and stuff like that. Like the cover, I think we spent, maybe it was a half a day. I don't know if it was a full day, but we spent a good amount of time trying to figure out what this cover was going to be. So, hi, James. Welcome from the Insta Live. See, I go live on Instagram and people will come over. Come on over. Come on over, baby. So, I'm just talking about this. We're having Barnes & Noble is doing a discount on the cookbook. I don't know why Amazon hasn't done it yet. I have my suspicions, but who knows? They don't like the title, basically. I love it. I think it's just to the point. What is this book about? How to eat weed and have a good time. You know, it should be a chant. Should be a cheer. We can make a little cheer routine to it, you know? W-E-E-D. Hi, William Lutz from Instagram. Is it shipping to Australia? I don't know. I think like if Amazon, not that, you know, get it wherever you can get it. No judgment here. Obviously, like a smaller bookstore is way cuter. And maybe there are some bookstores in Australia that would pick it up. It's through Simon & Schuster. I can talk to my publisher about it because that would be really... I have a few people who've asked about like international shipping, but Barnes & Noble is having the 25% discount on the cookbook until Friday for their members. So I love that. I love that they're being supportive of the book and they're happy to promote it and they're happy to like encourage people to get this book. It's really about cannabis education and how to teach people to, you know, dose responsibly, or I know there are expert people who can take very high amounts of THC when they eat. It's a spectrum, right? It just really depends who you are. And this book you can learn how to do that from this, which usually involves using concentrates, but it is for people also who have never tried edibles before and cooking with edibles. There's a ton of lab testing, so like graphs and charts to show why I do something a certain way or infuse for an amount of time. It's all based on what I found through testing with Encore Labs. So, yeah, I'm super proud of it. It was a good time. It was fun. It was crazy to make this. It was a lot of work, and I'm very grateful to everyone who helped me through the process because I needed a lot of help with it. And I worked with my collaborator, Naomi Tomke. She's an amazing food writer based in Seattle. And I need my charger. Where's my charger? We just kind of like... she was great. It was really fun. My friend Alex Roberts recipe tested, and yeah. Savage Lee, you're getting zooted at on the za. That's cool. I have a pizza recipe in here for Sky High pizza pie balls. They're based on these. They're called pitule in the South, or like mainly in Puglia, but. Is here, let's see what else is everywhere. E-Zone, aka Mr. Milligrams. Exactly. E-Zone can have like 1,500 milligrams. He's like, and he's like looking for that kind of maximal experience trip. I'm just kind of, I just want to be able to function. Like I can take 10 milligrams and go and do a yoga class. Obviously I can eat, I think we used to eat like 40 milligrams on the show, but you'll watch the episodes like as that season when I was a judge on the show, because the first 2 seasons of the show I was of Bon Appetit. That's the show I'm talking about, not to be obnoxious, but I was in the kitchen and I was cooking. I wasn't usually sitting down at dinner. I sat down for Chef Trinidad's dinner, which was really nice because it was with Frenchie Cannoli, R.I.P., who's a legendary hash maker. I work at McCormick and get unlimited free supply of their seasoning. Wish I could send you some to help the club. McCormick, that's really cool. Do they want to sponsor the club? Any noticeable difference in taste between regular weed edibles and concentrate? Of course. Yeah. So like when you're using flour, the more plant matter you have, the more you're going to have the flavors that come with that plant matter, right? If concentrates are trying to ideally concentrate just the trichomes, which is they're the glands on the sex organ, the flowers, right? It's the female sex of the plant. They're there to protect it. They're sticky and they're stinky, and it's there to. But also now it's kind of argued that it has evolved. The plant has evolved because we've come into the equation, so that they get stickier. Those flowers get bigger, more engorged because we take the males. Anyway, I'm not a cultivator, but when you use a concentrate, it's taking away all the plant matter, and you're just gonna have the trichomes, hopefully, ideally. With edibles, it depends on the edible, but you know, you're putting so many other flavors in there that once you start cooking with concentrates, it's pretty easy to make it taste good. So especially when you're using strong flavors like chocolate, or even if you're doing savory food, it's really like once you put other herbs in there too, like in a meatball, or I'm like thinking what's in my book, guacamole, or salsa verde, or anything, marinara sauce, because like there are these other you won't taste it unless you really want to, or you put so much in. I'm more of like, I'd rather eat more than I'm not like E-Zone. Like, it wouldn't be that much of a challenge to do a 1,500 milligram edible. Maybe we should try and do that. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Kathy. Ciao. Ciao. Welcome to the sesh. We're talking about using flour versus using concentrates. So like when you have a tolerance of 100 milligrams, flour becomes really difficult to cook with. You have to move to concentrates. I explain it this way in the book. I talk about sugar, right? Cane sugar. If you get sugar cane, like the process of turning it into sugar, you're trying to get to the sugar, and then you discard the plant. And then it gets turned into different, it can, molasses, they further refine it to get white sugar. And it's just an analogy to kind of explain that concentrates are what you cook with. Once you get into the manufacturing, like what I do professionally, making edibles in for dispensaries, it's easier to control the dose once it's concentrated, especially when it's decarboxylated, because then you don't have to calculate any loss and, all of that jazz. So yeah. And then the flavor is also better because you don't have all of the other bitter plant compounds that are on the plant itself. So I hope that answered your question. Hi, everyone. I'm at a hockey game again. Awesome. Ochinomu, really? Are you just saying that because you know that like I feel like I'm very bad at makeup? I wish I could have I should have Laganja come and teach me how to do makeup, because I feel like I put too much blush on and too much eyeliner, and I didn't blow dry my hair, but that's just my inner critic, and I should tell it to shut the fuck up. Lauren Pulitzer. I don't know why I'm saying your last name. Lauren, love this topic. I'm in a transition of less smoke, more edible. Me too. And still in the figure out stage of what works and what doesn't. Lauren, you know what I really like, and I'm kind of surprised by it because I'm not really a drink person, but I love the drinks. For real. Like, not just saying that. I really like them. They have, I mean, depending on your tolerance, there's different options, and you can always cut them. You know, like if you get one of those cans and you like it's too strong for you, you can always just put it with something else. Mix it with a La Croix or mix it with a Sprite or something. Make not a cocktail, but like make a mocktail with it. Becky, thank you so much. That's so nice. I put on my sweater because it makes me feel nice. I love this sweater. Anyway, should we jump into tariffs? We probably should. I've been chatting for 30 minutes. Let's do it. And just so you all know, I know I already explained this, but in case you're just coming in now, this is for the raffle. I'm going to make a custom chocolate for whoever wins. And if you super chat today, your name goes in here. So I put Chocolate Mike in already. I'm sorry you missed the excitement because the OBS wasn't working. Oh, well, I really thought I was like, yeah, I'm right on time. Let's go. All right. Let's look at tariffs. We'll see how long we last with this topic. Let's see what we can find that's interesting. And that's not going to get me in trouble for copyright. Oh, you know what I need? Just hold on a second. I'm going to get some water because I'm running out of water. And I need my earbuds. I always call them earbuds, which is like such a grandma thing to do. My earbuds. It's like when my dad calls it mispronounced Chipotle. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Plug in my phone. I will set up on cam too. Oh, I have a water right here actually. Great. Because she's super cute. How's my battery on my phone? I could probably put it in there. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing. One second. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna set up the bonbon cam. It'll be worth it all. She's so bored right now. Just stay right there. Get my phone. I hope that's the right direction. Yeah, let's go here. And then I want to put in the iPhone. Boom. What happened to the chat? Oh, because I switched the fucking thing. Hold on. Properties. Okay. Watch her move right when I fucking set it up. Don't you do it, lady. Don't you do it. Good girl. She was way cuter before. She was like bent over. You know what? I need some more weed. Deep thoughts from Bon Bon. There's the baby. Look at her look at you. She's looking at me. She's going, "Where's my treat, lady?" I shouldn't say that word. She'll come for me. Oh, I still kind of have some of this joint, but it's good. Hi, Cody. How's it going? Ochinomu. Fucking A, man. Really? Fuck. I'm going to ignore her. Yep. Here she is. Yes. Oh, you know what? She's probably hungry. Yep. She just licked her lips. Okay, give me two. I'm so sorry. It's not usually this chaotic. I think we all need some more weed. It's true. I'm still in the process of standing up my microprocessor license here in MD, so it's pretty imperative I stay active in as much of the weed community as I can. Totally. Welcome. Have you joined? I'm sorry. Yeah, you joined the Edibles Club, right? I don't get in the group chat more. It's fun. I'm going to feed her. Okay, Bonbon. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, Bonbon. Just need this in 2 seconds. I use like one of those. Can you see me? I use like, this is gross, but I use one of those mats that's like to slow her down, because she just fucking hawks it down. Bonbon. She loves food. She twirls. She's just she loves cheese. She'll eat fruit. You name it. Okay. Hopefully that like tires her out. I'm done. God, I'm done. I did it. I'm sorry. Harry Lee, yes. Ochinomu, yes. They said I need a girlfriend. I'm waiting on Vanessa. Me? No. Bonbon, nice. She is nice. Just saw the Nomad collab on Instagram. Sounds exciting. I want to go. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. He asked me to do that. And I was like, great. He's awesome. Really cool that he got into the cannabis industry. And Canadian. So we share that. Hazel, she is so happy. And if I hadn't put it on that plate, she would have already been done by now and like twirling for more food. So Bonbon got I already read that. Alan, I'm buying a second copy for my kid from Barnes & Noble. Send me your receipt to info@vanessalaverato.com with the title Cookbook Raffle, because we're hosting a raffle, and I'll put your name in there. Okay? And super chat as well tonight. Okay? Your name will go in, and the winner gets a custom chocolate, not infused. I can't do infused, not legal, from yours truly. So I'm sure I'll like sweeten the deal as we go on, but that's a pretty good deal. Unless you don't like chocolate, and then we'll figure something out. Okay? Dab and live rosin fantasy melons. Cheers. I'm drinking. Let me get a beverage that's like bubbly. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Let me look. Microphone's still on. I always like want to check that just in case I turned it off. I was gonna look up. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I'm like fiddling with things. What's going on here? Jeff, how many dogs do you have? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jeff. R.I.P. I don't want to think about it because I think about that with Bonbon too. I'm like, I don't want to. I secretly in my mind, I hope like we get advanced as a society, that we work on important things like how do we make our dogs live longer. Let me see. Oops. I'm trying to find a clip for us to watch about tariffs. That is not going to be copyright problem. Actually, there was this like where did I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying to find some things for us to look at. My computer is slow. I wanted to look at like what the tariffs were that Canada has on us, because people seem to think that we have. I don't want to watch these people talk. It's annoying to me. 3 Labradors. Hi, Pete. Hi, Matt. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. This is my live stream. We go live every Wednesday for the club sesh. And today we're talking about Canadian tariffs, but I wanted to look at, I'm trying to think of where I put that. I'm not doing all this. Like, should we watch a YouTube about it? Probably. He backed down. What do you guys think is copywritten from this? What do you think we can watch without getting in trouble? Hello, is it the live research hour? Yes, it is, Zamans. Hello, woman from Bon Appetit. I like your content. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, man. Ochinomu's munching on 40 milligrams of an Incredibles chocolate bar. Cool. They've been in the business for a long time. They've been in the business for a long time. I feel like we've all watched this shit. Just mute it and close captions on. Yeah, I guess we can do that. No, you're done eating. That's it. Yep. Nope. Do you want me to play? I'll throw your thing. Go get it. I'm not giving you a treat. You're done eating, Bonbon. You just ate it all. No. Yeah, you're throwing up. She's like, and then like twirling for a treat. No, you had enough. I'm going to ignore her and hope it works. Must be Marigold Sweets. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. I'm probably going to do an event on, I'm definitely doing an event in San Diego for Marigold at Tori Holistics, but we're figuring out the date for it. Yes, if you want to play, we can play. Go get it. No, I'm not giving you a treat for bringing me the toy. Enough. I feel badly because it's raining out, so I don't really want to. I took her for a walk before the live stream, but we usually go to the park. Munchies for Bonbon. She already ate. You know what I have for her is a bone, but she just had her dinner, so I don't really want her to like eat a bunch of bone and throw up. So, because that wouldn't be fun. Okay, sorry. I don't want to watch him. Let's just take this off for a second. I wanted to look at this report. What? I wanted to look at this report that, not a report, but it was basically a list of the Canadian tariffs. Stop it, Bonbon. Stop. Don't pull on this sweater. It's too nice for you to play with. Do, do-dee-doo. Where would it be? I know where. Let me get my phone. She's not laying down anyway. You're being annoying, Bonbon. Okay. Let me see what's on Twitter and replies. Here. It was on this. Okay, here I got it. Here we go. Let's look at this. I think you'll like it. Stop. No. No. You're throwing up. I'm not giving you a toy. You're throwing up in your mouth. She doesn't speak English, and I think she does in my head. Go get a toy. Toy. So these are the tariffs, okay? This is the World Bank. Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. Yep. Depending on how you look at things, it's only 4 years of this we have to deal with. Well, let's all remember that I know that some people are like, we're not going to have the midterms, but tell your Republican friends that we only vote every 4 years, and let's show up for the midterms, okay? Let's show up. Let's call them the motherfucking midterms. That's what hashtag motherfucking midterms. I better see you there. I don't want to hear an excuse. I do not care. Let's get people elected who can shut this guy down, because we have no checks and balances right now. Nowhere in any branch of the government. And it's really bad. So we cannot let this continue. He's already going to do enough damage in this amount of time. The shit. And sorry, I'm really pissed off. But whatever. Who cares about how I feel? So let's just make sure we show up. We vote. That's the only thing we can do. That's it. That's it. So enough of this crap. If, people are online and they're like kind of, I understand. I totally understand. And I don't doubt it either, but they're like, we're not going to have midterms. But at that point it's civil war. So I don't want to talk like that, because I don't really worry about the FBI showing up my door anymore, because he's gutting that too. They're too busy suing him. So every problem creates new opportunities. Yeah. And there are like local elections that are happening now. I think there's some in Texas. I'm not too knowledgeable about what's happening on a local level, but we can get into that if the club wants to get into that. Totally. Richie, are you a Scorpio? Who, me? Canada is the top importer of energy. They control 40% of the energy coming in. Harry, have you, Quebec can turn off the lights for New York State and Vermont. So I don't know why we're picking a fight with them. And it's kind of weird, the responses that I've gotten from people. It's really like, they're like, you're just regurgitating shit from MSNBC. I don't watch any of that shit. I read. And it's just, yeah. Viva la revolution. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want a revolution. I just want people to have rights. I want to have solutions to problems that aren't like this idea of like, you're going to feel a little bit of pain right now. Who? We are, right? We're going to feel the pain. Except for them. They're not going to feel any pain. They don't feel any pain. I wish they would feel some pain. Wouldn't that be funny if Canada cut off the lights for the Super Bowl? Do it, Canada, please. Do it. And you know what? Canadian football is more difficult than American football. So I said it. There's less downs. And the field is bigger in Canada. And they're playing often in the fucking freezing cold. I remember my dad, when he was playing for the Edmonton Eskimos, and they were playing against Montreal. At the time, they were called the Alouettes. And they were playing in Quebec, and it was so cold that they were just like slipping all over the field. And I guess, I don't know if I should say this, but the rumor was that the Alouettes had put industrial staples into their cleats to help with traction. So anyway, Pete says I'm right. So there you go. Well, hopefully Kendrick Lamar does something hilarious. You know what? My lighter, I got to refill my, at least it's a clipper so I can refill my lighter. Got to refill it. They do not sponsor me, okay? I just like clipper lighters because I like things that are reusable. And lighters, like, it's one of those things that you don't think about the amount of waste that a lighter, you know, has. Probably shouldn't do this around here. But you know, shit adds up. There we go. Shit adds up. I sure could go for less expensive groceries. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. Butter is so expensive. It's like 10 here, at least. I mean, I do buy organic butter because the fat, although sometimes I don't, but even if you don't, it's still like $6 or $7 at least a pound. Organic unsalted is like 10. No, some organic though, if you find it's gone up 7. And it's because like the eggs are expensive right now because of the avian flu. So one second, I'm sorry, these comments are coming in really quickly. I'm also just stoned. I think Canada cares more about hockey than football. Well, did you know that Warren Moon played in the CFL? So I don't know about that, sir. And I don't like football because it gives people CTE. So, as do other sports. Ugh. Like, I can't watch MMA and UFC. I can't watch any of that. It really, like, I find it so sad. The reason I buy good butter is because, like, the fat, animal fat, like where you store stuff, I just try to, you know, I use a lot of butter too. You love your Zippo? Yeah, I should get one of those. Can I donate to the Edibles Club? Of course you can, Pete. You can donate to that. You're already in here a few times. You're in the raffle, which is through Super Chat, or if you pre-order one of my cookbooks. And this is for a custom chocolate, whatever you want me to make. Not infused. Can't do that. That would be illegal. Anyway, let's look at these tariffs. So I want to talk about, like, what does Canada have tariffs on America for? And MFN, so applied tariff is what we're looking at. Let's look at it. Applied tariff. This rate includes preferential tariff when it exists. This rate is normally lower than the MFN tariff, except in few cases where some countries apply a non-MFN tariff, which is higher than MFN tariff. A blank field of MFN tariff, applied tariff, means that the rate was either not reported by the country or it is a specific tariff that could be estimated using UNCTADs. I don't want to UNCTADs. Ad valorem equivalent estimation method. Wow. So I'm curious, like, note, this method is used to convert specific duty rates into ad valorem equivalents. The sort of icon on the column header can be used to sort the data and filter. See, this is the problem. Like, someone posted this on Twitter. And they're like, here you go. And it's just like, how I'm not people on Twitter aren't experts at reading this kind of shit. We should have someone who deals with this come in and interpret it and tell us, like, what does this mean? Does this mean, okay, so on frozen offal, you guys, I don't know how often you eat offal. Do you know what offal is? Oh, mod. Do you want to be a mod? You got it. There you go. Anyway, do y'all know what offal is? I'll show you. It's the entrails and internal organs of an animal. And so Canada has tariffs on those. Let's start a trade war. Let's go to the top. Not cut in pieces, fresh or chilled. What does that mean? Let me see something. No, there's nothing more to this. I don't even know what that means. Not cut in pieces, fresh or chilled. I'm assuming this is like for some kind of fish or poultry or whatever. And there's a tariff on that. Oh no. This is an MFN, and I don't know if the MFN is applied to anything, but it's meat of bovine animals, carcasses, and half carcasses frozen. Meat of sheep carcasses, and that's an MFN, but the applied tariff is 0. Jeff, wait, what's so fun? Matt Stewart. Sassy is why I like Vanessa. There you go. Thanks, Pete. I am very sassy. Harry Lee, Lady Madam Dram, that's right. Offal is awful. I mean, listen. Those numbers are codes. The applied tariff, these numbers are codes. 030333. That's the code for it. And then this is the applied tariff. Venmo at the edibles. There you go. Let me see if you can do that. Let me see. Actually, I have my phone here. Oh, Bonbon. She sees something. Pete, you have the Venmo for the Edibles Club. Are you trying to tell people? Are you telling me to give a shout out? They want me to tell you guys. The Edibles Club. Come support the club. Here we go. Okay. Copy. Offal is the hot dogs ingredients. Okay, so, you know, like, we probably don't really have to worry about pork so much in this country. I'm sure we have a good deal. And also, like, I don't know if this applied tariff. And this is what I wish people would do, is like sit down and talk to someone who actually knows. An MFN tariff refers to the standard tariff rate a country applies to all its trading partners under the most favored nation principle, meaning they must treat all countries equally, while an applied tariff is the actual tariff rate a country currently charges on imports. So I'm assuming this applied tariff is specifically our relationship with Canada, right? The USA and Canada. So what they charge for every other country on cuts and offal is $97.31, and they're giving Canada a little deal. They're like, here you go. You got some. If you need some, you can have some. But I'm sure that if you look at like what Mexico is, I wonder if we can look at that. Canada, let's look at what it is with, like, that's so complex, right? All products, right? Guinea fowl, applied tariff, sea bass. Let's look at the offal, man. Offal right here. We get it from Mexico for $5. So who gives a fuck if Canada is charging more? That's why we have trade partners. And like, to be like, we're going to charge 25% tariffs on it. It's such a like, it makes me so pissed off because it's so fucking stupid. I Venmo. Thanks, Pete. Barnes & Noble purchase complete. Where do I send the receipt? You send it to info@vanessalaverato.com. Let me put that in here for you, because my name is kind of hard. Cars and clothes will cost more. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Anyway, it's not going to be good. It's 5:24. We'll keep looking at this a little bit, or we can watch something. I don't have any clips about tariffs right now. Unless you wanted me to start looking at donuts. Okay, you guys should watch Bon Bon is what should happen. Let me go put oops, my mic. Let me go put just spin it one more time. Let me go put her. I'm going to put the phone there just in case she goes back, but she's probably going to jump down now. But I feel like if I put it there, she might go lay down. It's kind of fun to watch her. Hi, other side. Viva Shine Bomb. What's that? What's Shine Bomb? Never mind. Oh no, this is my this is for the raffle. It's for the cookbook raffle. I'm gonna make you custom chocolate. If you can put your name in the raffle if you do a super chat, or if you pre-order my cookbook, and email it to info@vanessalaverato.com. I'm eating chocolate raisins. Bonbon, total diva. Okay. I think we're done looking at this. My point, I think we all understand. Hi, Petra. We missed you. We were looking at what OFOL is. And we're looking at tariffs. Mexico, like, they have more tariffs than Canada did. Canada didn't have shit. Look at this. Look at this, right? Which, whatever. We should pay tariffs to Mexico. Their economy is not even close to ours. It's just ridiculous. It's just so greedy is what it is. It's greedy and just we're the most powerful and we can boss you around because we're a bunch of fucking bullies. We're going to elbow our way into the treasury. We're going to fuck with your Mima's social security. What the fuck? And they're these little dweebs who don't know shit. Do you know what I mean? And I hated it when people said that about me when I was that age, but I did not know shit. And I know they're super smart, whatever. I mean about life and the world and the bigger, you know what I mean? All of that. It's just what are they doing? Okay, other side, you are entering the raffle for a chance to win a chocolate. Thank you for the super chat. We love it. Take me. Okay, I'm not going to sing. I was going to sing and then I was like, no. Here you go. Other side. Going in. 2. Woo! I love this thing. It's so cool. There we go. Let's go. Could be you who wins that custom chocolate. Okay, let's watch this. I'm going to give the dog a bone and maybe she'll leave us alone. Oh, wait, let me turn on the sound.
Brands. Stop buying these 6 American brands. Instead, support these local Canadian businesses. They are pure and even taste better than their American counterparts.
Wait,
We've gathered 3 professional chefs.
No, I don't want this. I wanted to see if
Stop buying these 6 American brands. Instead,
Cashy is Canadian? I love Cashy. They're so good. Oh no, we're not gonna have
support
Cashy.
these local Canadian businesses. They are
Yeah, Kraft peanut butter is better
pure and
too.
even taste better than their American
So is
counterparts.
French's.
With Tariff
Okay, this is like a joke to me.
soon to be at
Wait, no, I'm sorry. The funniest one to me is when Aunt Jemima's been put up against
It's even
maple
more
syrup.
important to support our Canadian brands.
Okay, I'm gonna give. She keeps like bugging me, so I'm gonna give her one. But I want to play something else.
We've gathered 3 professional chefs to blind taste test every
No,
instant
I'm
ramen
bit
brand we
curious.
could get our hands on to see which ones
I shouldn't have ads. That's really annoying.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is meeting virtually this hour with premiers to discuss the next steps in Canada's response to the U.S. tariff threat. This will be the first time they have met since U.S. President Donald Trump paused the trade levy for 30 days. Today's talks are expected to focus on meeting Trump's top demand of increasing border security and on lowering trade barriers between provinces. Well, Canadians are, of course, watching the increasing fallout to these tariffs despite the 30-day respite. Travelers who have booked their trips down south may be mulling over rescheduling or canceling their trip altogether. So for more on this, we've reached Amra Durakovic. She is with Flight Center Travel Group. Amra, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Arti.
So now you're typically, your company is at the office in Toronto, but today we've reached you in Burlington, Ontario, and you're visiting your local travel offices because you want to hear from customers. What are they saying to you?
What I'm hearing is a lot of emotion right now. If you look at the fact that we have the weakest dollar in...
Sorry, I don't mean to be like, listen, they shouldn't even, anyway, it's just not even close. Aunt Jemima and maple syrup, it's different, totally different.
...4 years, and then add on top of that the tariffs. They're just feeling a lot of betrayal, and really what they've shared with me is broken trust. So already knowing that affordability is really difficult, and it's a very important concern when Canadians are choosing their destinations of where they're traveling to, they're deciding with their dollars where they're going, and it's anywhere but the US right now.
Okay, so in terms of the travel trends then, you know, if people are canceling their trips to the US, what does that typically look like?
Wow.
And how has that shifted over the past week or so?
That's like, wow.
It's important for me to point out that regardless of if you have insurance or not, you're still going to pay for a rebooking fee or a cancellation fee. However, what we have noticed is that Canadians are still paying for that. They're not really sort of batting an eye at these fees because at the moment they just are choosing to spend their tourism dollars elsewhere. So what we're seeing are destinations like Antigua, Portugal is a very popular destination, Mexico, as well as anywhere in the Caribbean. It's important right now that we also have a cruise sales happening. So we're noticing a shift from cruises that port in the US. Now Canadians are choosing Mediterranean cruises.
Is this...
Go Italia. Yeah, Italy needs the money more than the USA. Go to Italy. Let's go to Italy. So much better. Who wants to come and vacation here? I never understand. I mean, it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love the USA, but I'm really pissed off. So if it was like, don't travel, don't go on vacation, Oh, she's chewing on a bone. Good. She's going to be distracted for a while. Oh, I should have plugged in my phone. Oh, let me play this so you don't have to wait.
Something that you've ever seen before, because it seems like a very emotional, to your point that you were saying, how people are coming in and speaking to you about their travel desires right now. It's a very emotional, visceral reaction that will go anywhere. We'll even pay more to not go to the US. Have you ever seen a reaction like that before? How unique is it?
Personally haven't seen this. I've only been with the company for 18 months now. So this is something that I have not seen, to be honest. However, speaking with the travel experts here, they have told me when governments shift, sometimes there is a different sentiment, but I believe this is unlike anything we've ever seen, where Canadians are really
I'm looking into it,
standing
Harry.
together in solidarity, and
Trying to
they're
find a good
sort of
source.
responding to these tariffs by not traveling to the US. It's also important for me to point out that our top 3 destinations, according to our booking insights at Flight Center Travel Group, are Mexico, followed by Canada, and the US. So there's definitely deep ties between our 3 nations. So this is just something that's really broken a lot of trust between Canadians and right now the US administration.
So we certainly know, of course, there's that resentment, the breakdown of trust as well, as you've pointed out. But what about the Canadian dollar? It is pricier to travel to the United States right now, too. How much is that weighing into customers' decisions?
Hi,
We noticed the
Alvarito
shift
Fire.
in November. So as soon as the dollar started to drop, we have noticed a shift. So where we've been sending Canadians now, you might find this surprising, but Japan is a popular destination, especially for snowbirds and winter travelers. They have great ski slopes, and our
Japan's
dollar is really
amazing.
strong against the yen. We also are sending a lot of Canadians to Southeast Asia. While it might be a trek to get to Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, or Vietnam, once you're there, it's really affordable and it's such a beautiful destination to travel to as well. Other destinations where the dollar holds up strongly is Korea, South Korea, as well as Australia and South Africa.
I think the money goes to the U.S. Treasury.
And if you want sun, we're highly recommending
how
that you
it's
go to
distributed?
places like Brazil, Colombia, and Argentina, where again, our Canadian dollar holds up very strongly.
And finally, I know you've touched on some of this, but I'm wondering what tips you might have for Canadians who are thinking, hey, you know what? I don't want to go to the US right now.
So if you are booked, let's say an all-inclusive or even a cruise, pay everything up front, even for your gratuity. If you pay in Canadian dollars, you don't have to worry about the currency exchange. That's one tip. A second tip is book in advance. If you're looking for a deal, I strongly recommend that you come to a travel expert anywhere between 3 to 6 months, depending on where you want to go. The more long haul of a destination, definitely 6 months, as well as consider shoulder season. I recently had one of our
Wait, what's shoulder season?
travel experts do a cost comparison between traveling from Toronto to Amsterdam during peak summer travel season versus shoulder season, so October. It was a 15% difference in cost. That's $1,000 per couple, including airfare, accommodation, and airport transfer. So these would be our top tips if you're really looking to ensure that you can maximize your dollar whilst traveling.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford. Oh,
President Trump's tariffs on Canada.
God damn it. Ontario Premier Doug Ford announces LCBO will stop selling U.S. liquor starting Tuesday. Wow. We're going to start. I'm going to smoke this Boost Goddess, obviously. Fuck yeah. I was doing Goddess pose today. I'm going to save one of these. I'm going to do Goddess pose tomorrow. And then I'm going to smoke this Boost Goddess while I do Goddess pose. Let's keep watching this shit. Cool. American alcohol will be removed from shelves as Ontario responds to new tariffs. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Oh, wait. LCBO. Okay. Yeah, we saw that. LCBO confirms it will halt all sales of U.S. liquor to restaurants, bars, and retailers. Whoa. Whoa. By February 4th, which should have already happened. So I guess they paused this. I'm buying Canadian money for when ours bottoms out. Yeah. In New Brunswick, the liquor stores are selling what they have but aren't placing any new orders. See, Young. Yeah, just like, I mean, that's the thing. They've already paid for it. And so I feel bad for the stores who are like, they can't move. I mean, it's alcohol. Of course they can move it. Let's be real. But if only I could afford gold. Amens, I hear you, but gold is dangerously high right now. But gold does it? I've always been told that gold is pretty gold standard. You know, like it's always okay to invest in gold. But I don't know. That's not my thing. The tariff is on pause for 30 days for both Mexico and Canada. Yes, it is on pause. Let me see what we got. Ooh, that's nice. This goddess is really nice. Pause. Let's do this. Copy link. Trump agrees to pause tariffs on Canada and Mexico after they pledged to boost border enforcement. Washington AP. President Donald, after they pledged to boost border enforcement. But I heard that they're not changing, like it's the same shit they had already agreed to weeks ago. Washington AP. President Donald Trump and on Monday agreed to a 30-day pause on his tariff threats, what a little bitch, against Mexico and Canada as America's two largest trading partners took steps to appease his concerns about border security and drug trafficking. The pauses provide a cool down period after a tumultuous few days that put North America on the cusp of a trade war. That risked crushing economic growth, causing prices to soar, and ending two of the United States' most critical partnerships. Yeah, like 1 and 2. I'm very pleased with this initial outcome, and the tariffs announced on Saturday will be paused for a 30-day period to see whether or not a final economic deal with Canada can be structured. Fuck him. Trump posted on social media, "Fairness for all." What a grandpa. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau Justin Trudeau posted Monday afternoon on X on Twitter that the pause would occur while we work together, saying that his government would name a fentanyl czar. Okay, list Mexican cartels as terrorist groups and launch a Canada-U.S. joint strike force to combat organized crime, fentanyl, and money laundering. Okay, great. Cool. When I first started buying ounces, they were $350 an ounce. That is what gold was at the time. Gold has gone up significantly since then. 2000. Yeah, exactly. That's what my Uncle Harold always said, invest in gold. But, you know. Thanks, Pete. What a nice thing to say. Stuart, betcha he backs off the tariffs. He already did. He has no ideas what he's doing. We're in a weird time where all markets are dangerously high. Stocks, gold, yeah, all of it. By the way, look, usually there's an inverse relationship between the two. Amens. Yeah, that makes sense. Petra agrees that stock is up. Amens. Even Mexico, Claudia Scheinbaum agreed to send several thousand troops to their border. Yeah, and Trump agreed to stop the illegal guns from entering their country, which Mexico has been, wanting to happen forever. And Canada, 85% of the confiscated guns in Toronto come from the United States. So how would they stop that? How about that? Because Canada doesn't really have a gun problem. It's bleeding in from Canada or from the United States. It seeps. So, and that's what's so gross about Meta is I reported a guy, and I don't care that I sound like a fucking dweeb. He's cleaning his Glock, and they did absolutely nothing. Petra, we're just getting started. It's only 5:45. No, we haven't talked about donuts at all. Don't worry. Just getting started. Talking about tariffs right now. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau posted Monday afternoon on X that the pause would occur while we work together, saying that his government would name... Oh, wait, we already read this. Cannabis U.S. Joint Strike Forces, blah, blah, blah. The pause followed a similar move with Mexico that allows for a period of negotiations over drug smuggling and illegal immigration. The 10% tariff that Trump ordered on China is still set to go into effect as scheduled on Tuesday, though Trump planned to talk with Chinese President Xi Jinping, in the next few days. Let's pay attention to Taiwan. I said it. While the trade war feared by investors, companies, and political leaders now seems less likely to erupt, that doesn't mean the drama over Trump's tariff threats has ended. Canada and Mexico bought some additional time, but Trump could easily renew his tariffs and already plans to announce taxes on imports from the European Union. Listen, if I have to pay more for fucking Parmesan, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's not the same. It is not the same. It needs to come from Italy. I'm gonna lose it. All of that leaves the global economy uncertain about whether a crisis has been averted or if a possible catastrophe could still be coming in weeks ahead. Trump on Saturday had directed 25% on tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. I don't know why I'm reading things backwards right now. With another 10% tariff on Canadian oil, natural gas, and electricity. What a bitch. The U.S. president had repeatedly previewed these moves, yet they still managed to shock many investors, lawmakers, businesses, and consumers. Yeah, Scheinbaum called out Trump for the flow of American guns into their country and even called out our FDA. Oh, good. Petra coming for the donuts is iconic. Of course, Hazel. Petra's here to have a good time. Don't worry, Petra. We're going to talk about donuts. We'll figure out what I'm going to do on Saturday. Jeff Tharp, we can't tell China not to make fentanyl and stop the factories, but we can stop the supplies, the raw materials that go into fentanyl. Yeah. I mean, we use... And fentanyl, it's I'm tightening up my mic. Let's keep reading this. Multiple analysis by the Tax Foundation, the Tax Policy Center, and the Peterson Institute for International Economics showed that the tariffs could hurt growth, lower incomes, and push up prices. But Trump repeatedly insisted, despite promises to curb inflation, that tariffs were necessary tools to get other nations to stop illegal immigration, prevent fentanyl smuggling, and treat the United States, in his mind, with respect. Have you ever heard of... do you know the story? there's like this story about a little girl, and she's like walking outside, and she's wearing a coat, and the sun, I'm probably going to butcher this, so just bear with me. The sun and the wind get into a competition to see who can get the little girl to take off her coat. And the wind blows and blows and blows and blows, and the little girl clenches the coat closer to her. And then the sun shines on her, and she takes the coat off. And like, moral of the story is like, you can huff and you can puff and you can blow all the houses down, but you know, people are going to stand strong, and Canadians are going to stand strong, and Mexico is going to stand strong. And what this is going to do is going to encourage them to develop their partnerships with other countries. And, you know, it's just going to isolate the United States, and it's going to, like he said, it's going to hurt for a little bit. It's going to hurt us for a little bit. Like, it's not going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt his friends. It's not going to hurt their rich friends. They're on such a different stratosphere that they don't even think, like, we're ants to them. You know, we're ants. We're nothing. So I wish, you know, like, at least with the Democrats, I know they have a ton of their flaws, whatever. I don't want to get into it right now. We can do that another day. We don't have any kind of control, so whatever. They're looking out for the people. I know there's fucked up shit that happens. Don't get me wrong, but they wouldn't be telling us it's going to hurt for a little bit. It's gross. Alvarito Fire, well, welcome to the live stream. It's very fun. And this is the Wednesday sesh. So Saturdays we have the Kitchen Sesh, and you can go, I'm getting a little bit savvier with this YouTube thing. And I made a playlist for the Kitchen Sesh versus the Club Sesh, so you can watch like old club sessions, and then the Kitchen Sesh is where I cook. So yeah, like and subscribe, please. If you want to hang out in the club chat, I have a Patreon, the Edibles Club, and we have a group chat. Yeah, the kitchen is really fun. You can watch some of my shorts, like my recent shorts. The French dip was from last Saturday. I made a French dab dip, or French dab sandwich. Wait 1 second. Trump and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum announced the month-long pause on increased tariffs against each other after what Trump describes on social media as very friendly conversation, and he said he looked forward to the upcoming negotiations. Well, I'm sure that's what he said to the press. Hi, Chris Fest. How's it going? Trump said the talks would be headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary nominee Howard Lutnick, and high-level representatives of Mexico. Sheinbaum said she was reinforcing the border with 10,000 members of her country's National Guard, and the U.S. government would commit to work to stop the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico. Good for her. She stood up for her country. Fine, you want us to do this? What are you going to do for us? In 2019, when Mexico's government also avoided tariffs from Trump's administration, the government announced it would send 15,000 soldiers to its northern border. But for much of Monday, the outlook was worrisomely different for Canada, only for an agreement to come together. Senior Canadian officials said Canada was not confident it could avoid the looming tariffs as Mexico did. That's because Canada feels as if the Trump administration has been shifting its request of Canada more than it did for Mexico. The official spoke on condition of anonymity. Why can't I say that word? Anonymity, having not been authorized to speak publicly. Asked Monday afternoon what Canada could offer in talks to prevent tariffs, Trump told reporters gathered in the Oval Office, "I don't know." He should have that on his hat. That's his hat. Should just be, "I don't know." I'm heading to New Orleans tomorrow. Go Chiefs. Have fun. Everyone's here. Club's here. Actually, where's Michelle? Michelle's not here. Apparently, she has the highest approval rating for any leader in the world. Good. She seems cool. Okay. He mused about trying to make Canada the 51st state. So insulting. Part of ongoing antagonism despite decades of friendship with Canada in a partnership that has ranged from World War II to the response of the 9/11 terrorist attacks to the recent fire in Los Angeles where they sent their planes to come and help with that horrible disaster, natural disaster that happened here. The U.S. president also indicated that more import tax could be coming against China. If we can't make a deal with China, then the tariffs will be very, very substantial. He's such an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm not going to donate right now, but I hear you. I will. When we can do it, we'll do it. Financial markets, businesses, and consumers on Monday were still trying to prepare for the possibility of the new tariffs. Stu Leonard Jr., president and CEO of Stu Leonard's, a supermarket chain that operates stores in Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey, said his buyers were considering stocking up on Mexico's Casamigos tequila, sorry, read that like quesadilla, ahead of the tariffs and switching from Canadian to Norwegian salmon. Wow. Stock markets sold off slightly, suggesting some hope that the import taxes that could push up inflation and disrupt global trade and growth would be short-lived. Trump even inquired Monday how the financial markets were doing as reporters were leaving the Oval Office. Oh, so he's like, see? The situation reflected a deep uncertainty about a Republican president who has talked about with adoration about tariffs, even saying the U.S. government made a mistake in 1913 by switching to income taxes as its primary revenue source. Kevin Hassett, director of the White House National Economic Council, said Monday that it was misleading to characterize the showdown as a trade war despite the planned retaliations and risk of escalation. What else is it? Read the executive order where President was absolutely 100% clear that this is not a trade war. Oh, was he? Oh, well, if he pisses on me and says it's not pee, it's rain, am I supposed to fucking believe him? Because I don't. This is a drug war. Oh, go fuck yourself. With Canada. But even if the orders are focused on illegal drugs, Trump's own remarks have often been more about his perceived sense that foreign countries are ripping off the United States by running trade surpluses. On Sunday, Trump said that tariffs would be coming soon on countries in the European Union. See, it's not a drug war. Because why are we going after the EU? On Monday afternoon, he suggested a willingness to keep using tariff threats because the size of the U.S. economy as the world's largest made them effective. He's such a bully. He's a bully. What a bully. Oh, I hate it. It's, you know, I think it's triggering for people because I think we've all been bullied before. And it feels a little bit like we're helpless, you know, like we can't really do anything because we don't, like, I know that I have faith that people in our government are going to find ways to push back and have been finding ways. And I trust that they're doing everything in their power to try and stand up to this guy and his goons who are just, you know, anyway. Tariffs are very powerful, both economically and getting everything else you want. I want you to look at that. Tariffs are very powerful. This is a quote. Tariffs are very powerful, both economically, and this is the key part here, in getting everything else you want. What a fucking asshole. Trump told the reporters, tariffs for us. Nobody can compete with us because we're the pot of gold. Oh, I hate him so much. But if we don't keep winning and keep doing well, we won't be the pot of gold. it's just so gross. It's like his toilet, and that's how he's going to treat America. He's going to take a giant shit on America once he's done just raping us. Okay? Because that's what he does. He takes what he wants. Everything else you want. When he says everything else you want, he means everything else I want. He doesn't care about you. He only cares about himself. It's so clear. It's disgusting. But if we don't, anyway, Jamie Bricker, the tourism director of Skagway, Alaska, says visitors from Canada are an important part of her community's economy, and the uncertainty around the tariffs has been difficult. She recently was in Vancouver, Canada, for a tourism event, and many people she encountered, from cab drivers to wait staff, expressed concerns that the exchange rate and any tariffs could make it difficult to visit the U.S. This seems to be a fluid situation. It's difficult to know just how impactful it will be without knowing for certain what could come in the days ahead. It's really hard for people. It's really bad. Hi, Indian God. Welcome, Victoria B. Hi. Hi. Wait, what up from 32 degrees, freezing rain in St. Louis? Oh my gosh, that's so cold. I hope my Everclear family is okay. They're in St. Louis too. I like going to visit. It's fun. Although I need to figure out a good place to stay there. I walked around. It was really fun. I wanted to eat more places. Like, I feel like I didn't get... If I had stayed longer, I would have liked to try more of the food there because it's such a great food city. Okay. I can't read anymore about this shit. It feels horrible. So let's look at some donuts. We need to feel better. Donut time. Eddie, you missed all of the tariff talk. We're going to talk about donuts now. Because let's look at a classic maple glazed first, because that's what I feel like doing. And you know what we'll call it if we do maple glazed donuts on Saturday? We'll call them maple blazed donuts. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm hoping eventually Bonbon's going to, like, calm down and go and copy link. Sorry, gang. I'm here for the maple glazed donuts. That's cool. The time has come. The time has come. Midwest over here, Illinois, Fox Lake. Very cool, Evelyn. Maple time. Let's go. Fuck that guy. Let's watch some donut shit.
Hey there, Jacob Burton here from StellaCulinary.com, and in this video, we're going to go over how to make maple glazed donuts. Hell yeah. And in a previous video,
how's the audio tonight, by the way?
Dough using a brioche dough formulation, form them into donuts and fry them up fresh. Now in this video, we're going to do the glaze. So here I'm starting with powdered sugar, which is a pretty common approach to making glazes in general. You normally just take powdered sugar and you thin it out with liquid. So here we are thinning it with some maple extract, which is going to give us a really strong mapley flavor. A lot more so than just using maple syrup would.
We're going to do it a different way.
You can see it's still pretty tight at this point. So the next liquid we're going to add is some B-grade maple syrup. And B-grade actually has more flavor than A-grade because A-grade is more refined. That's commonly
Wait.
Hey there, Jacob.
Hey, watch this again.
StellaCulinary.com. And in this video, we're going to go over how to make maple glazed donuts. Hell yeah.
Okay.
And in a previous video, I showed you how to make the donut dough using a brioche dough formulation, form them into donuts and fry them up fresh. Now, in this video, we're going to do the glaze. So here I'm starting with powdered sugar, which is a pretty common approach to making glazes in general. You normally just take powdered sugar and you thin it out with liquid. So here we are thinning it with some maple extract, which is going to give us a really strong mapley flavor. A lot more so than just using maple syrup would. We're going to whisk that in, and you can see it's still pretty tight at this point. So the next liquid we're going to add is some B grade
I wonder if you need
maple
to-
syrup. And B grade actually has more flavor than A grade because A grade is more refined. That's commonly
Sounds good. Has more mid-high frequency. Do you want me to turn it down? I turn my mic up because everyone always is like, it's not loud enough. Crullers. Yeah, we can look at crullers next. Don't worry. Have I made donuts before? I haven't. No. Oh, wait. Yes, I have. What am I talking about? We're not Hazel.
unknown. So we're going to thin with some maple syrup, and the syrup combined with the extract is just going to give us a more well-rounded mapley flavor. Now a little dash of vanilla extract as well is going to bring the flavor profile of this together. And I'm going to add just a little touch of vinegar, just white vinegar, just for a little bit of acidity and balance. And I'm going to thin it with some water. Now, don't worry, we have all of these measured out in precise grams in this episode's show notes. So here's the consistency that you're looking for. You're just looking for a nice, thin maple glaze. Now, fry up your donuts nice and fresh using our brioche dough donut recipe. Drain them on a paper.
Jeff, that's why we're watching this, because we're researching donuts now. Like, what donuts do we want to make for Saturday's sesh?
Towel to remove any excess fat or oil before you glaze them. And then when they're still nice and hot and that glaze hasn't set up yet at room temperature, then just dip the donut one side down into the glaze and then place on a wire rack. Now, as the donuts are allowed to cool at room temperature, the maple glaze will set. So you want to leave it for about 30 to 45 minutes before you actually eat the donut. But if you can't wait because the donuts are hot and fresh, I can't say that I blame you. Now, for our scalable maple glaze recipe and for our brioche dough donut recipe, including some other glazes like our chocolate ganache and sprinkle donut, check out this episode's show notes at stellaculinary.com/SB15.
Now I want a donut. What should we watch? Sorry,
always searching out good donuts.
Okay, I don't want to play anything we're gonna get in trouble for. We're gonna make donuts this Saturday. Oh, Bonbon ate it, and they haven't delivered it yet. They were supposed to deliver it, and they haven't. I ordered another one. She didn't eat it. She chewed it all up. Don't worry. Let's look at this one. This looks cute.
Hello everybody, welcome back. So today we are making some really, really delicious and very fall-like maple syrup donuts. So these donuts have maple syrup in them. They are brushed with maple syrup glaze, and then the actual icing glaze on top has maple syrup in it as well. I think these look so pretty and they're so perfect for fall, and they only take like 7 minutes to bake in the oven. So it's super, super quick. So let's get started. Okay, so first you want to whisk together the flour, baking powder, and salt in a small bowl and set it aside. In a large bowl.
Oh no, we need like a
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sharani. Today I have a sweet treat for you. I'm going to show you how to make these maple glazed pumpkin donuts.
I want like a freaking raised maple raised donut. I don't worry. No one wants to do hard donut recipes. Holy diabetes, Batman. Other side, listen. Come on. I'm gonna try and do a glaze a different way. All right, this one looks pretty good. Let's look at this. I like a raised donut. I know, like, I like all donuts. I don't discriminate.
Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all enjoyed the behind the scenes video last week.
Where did I get on my
back
pants?
this week with another recipe, but before I get started, I just want to say a quick thank you to Squarespace for supporting this video. Squarespace offer a unique platform to help create websites, online stores and domains, and you can check them out and take advantage of a unique offer code using the link in the description box below. Right, now for the recipe, and this is one that I've been really excited to share with you because it's one of my all-time favourite things, not just to cook, but also to eat. And it is my recipe for raised donuts, and it's brilliant. I've tinkered with a lot of donut recipes over the years, and I think I've nailed it with this one. The first thing that we need to do is to melt our fats. I have 35 grams
We can infuse the
vegetable
donut.
shortening and 35 grams of butter in this bowl, and I'm going to pour over some milk which I've just brought to the boil. There's about 375 millilitres of whole milk. And that's going to melt the butter in the shortening, and I'm just going to stir it around until that's completely melted. Now, because this needs to be at a lukewarm temperature before we use it, I'm going to just set it to one side and come back in 10 minutes to get on with the rest. Okay, so that's nice and sort of hand hot at the moment, which is brilliant. And the next thing to do is to activate my yeast. So I have 75 millilitres of warm water here, and it's really important that the water is between 35 and 45 degrees Celsius. If it's too cold, the yeast won't activate, and if it's too hot, it will just kill the yeast. So in between those two temperatures is just right.
You got it.
And
Likes
I have
a warm
3
bath.
teaspoons of quick yeast, and I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of the water and then leave it to sit for 5
Active
minutes.
dry yeast.
My yeast is activated. It's gone kind of frothy on the top, a bit like a beer head, which is exactly as we want it. And I'm going to put that into the bowl of my mixer, and it's got just a regular paddle attachment on it at the moment. I'm also going to put in my now lukewarm butter and milk mixture. I also have 50 grams of caster sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground nutmeg, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of mace, and that's all going in as well.
Mace.
I've also got 2 large free-range eggs, and I've already put about half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You don't need to use vanilla, but I quite like the tiny amount of flavour that it gives the donuts.
Vanilla, yeah.
And then lastly, I have 660 grams of strong white bread flour. I'm going to put half of that in and get this thing going. So just start the mixer on a slow speed, and then once it starts to come together, turn it up to medium, and then beat that together for about a minute.
Okay.
So once that's had a minute, you can then put the rest of your flour in and do the same thing, starting on low and then bumping it up to medium. Right, so you can see it's starting to look much more like a dough, but now it's time to switch up my paddle to the dough hook so that it works its way around properly. So I'm just gonna, with my fingers, just get this dough off the paddle and then swap them around.
Okay. Get your dough hook. I want to like
now I'm going to
scrape the
beat
side
that
of
together
it.
with my dough hook for about 5 minutes, and what I'm going to be looking for at the end is when the dough sort of comes away from the bowl and is a bit more sort of doughy.
Yeah. It's like a sticky, and you got to work the gluten. See, with this kind of dough, you're trying to create gluten.
Okay, it's ready. It's very dough-like. It's
Cookies,
very sticky.
you don't want to.
It is absolutely fine. If you feel like it's too sticky, then do put some more flour in, like 50 grams at a time. But make sure you mix it in really well before you go on with the next bit. And the next bit is to put it into an oiled bowl. So just get it all off your dough hook. And I've already greased my bowl with a bit of vegetable oil, and I'm going to just put all of that dough into my bowl.
Yum.
Now you need to leave that to
Baklava
rise for 1
cheese or
hour
apple
in a kind of
crisp.
warm, cozy place.
Can I have both of
Just
them?
cover it with a tea towel or with cling film, just kind of loosely. Or you can actually leave this to rise overnight if you put it in the fridge, and that will rise it really slowly.
And it'll give it a good flavor. I like to leave it overnight.
My dough has been rising for an hour, and as you can see, it has doubled in size.
So for the club on Saturday, I'll make a dough the night before, and I'll let it rise overnight. So we have one ready to like punch down and shape for the show. So send me those super chats so I can get some ingredients because everything's so fucking expensive.
Have a look. And not only has it doubled in size, it's gone really kind of stringy and elasticy, which is brilliant. That's exactly as we want it. So now I just need to turn it onto a very floured worktop and give it a knead.
Wow. Yeah, that looks great.
Now it's time to roll it out, and I'm going to flour my rolling pin so that it doesn't stick. and roll it out till it's about 3/4 of an inch thick.
Yum. That's a nice dough. Look at it. Very nice dough.
Right. Now it is time to chomp out my donut shape. So I've got 2 different round cookie cutters. One to chomp out the whole thing and one to chomp out the middle. And I'm going to get going.
We're definitely making donut holes. I fucking love donut holes. I love them. They're so good. Is she going to do some filled donuts? No, all maple.
And I have 2 baking sheets, which I've really liberally floured. And I'm now going to just pop those on there.
Can she re-roll the, I think you can re-roll that, right?
Now, for goodness sake, don't throw these little donut holes away because they are like your little treat when you're frying. So put those on the sheets as well. And you can re-roll this leftover dough if you want.
Thank
but
you.
Probably only just once.
Right. Because then it starts to get like a little bit. I'd still want to fry those little bits though and just fucking
Now
eat
that they're all
them.
chomped out, they're ready to rise. And this is really easy if you live in a hot tropical country because they need sort of moisture and warmth.
I hate the waste.
But if you don't have a tropical country like me, I'm going to recreate that situation in my oven. So I've got my oven which is off. I've got this dish which has got freshly boiled water in it, and I'm going to put them all in there together, and it's going to create this hot box for proving.
Welcome.
While my donuts were proving in the oven, I put on my fat fryer. I did it about 10 minutes before these needed to come out of the oven, just to give the oil time to get up to temperature. And I
did drink a THC drink. Why? Can you
which
tell?
is about 190 degrees Celsius. And it's really important
tell?
that you have it at the right temperature, otherwise they're just not going to cook properly. So these have gone all plump and chubby, as I wanted. So now it is time to plop them into the oil. Now, obviously, be very, very careful when using hot oil.
Should I say chumpy?
If you have a fat fryer like this, then just follow the manufacturer's instructions. Every
Use
fryer is
a bench
different,
scraper.
but at all times, be super duper careful because you do not want to get hot oil on you.
Ansley recently
so
discovered you.
Sometimes they can be a little bit sticky. I've actually got a little dough scraper.
Ansley recently discovered you for myself and excited to have you. Wait, why are you deleting your message? What? Why? Hi, Brian Skitch. Welcome. You can request an AMA. I mean, you can ask me anything you want right now.
Scraper here, and I've floured it, and now I can sort of shuffle it on. So I'd normally, because I've got a small fryer, I normally don't do more than 2 at a time.
I'm just going to use a
really
pot Dutch oven.
Thing in there. But either way, just very, very
All right, let's try this
pop
third
it into the
joint.
basket.
Third joint from Garden Society. Let me pull it back a little bit so you can see it, but you can't really see it. Baba doesn't want to be on her mark tonight. Brighter Day. And this is Blue Dream. Fuck yeah. I'm always down for some Blue Dream. Love it. Hook with one side is a rubber bowl scraper, yes.
And then drop them into the oil and do them on both sides for 1 minute.
Those look good. Woo! Nice and chub. Look at those. I love a raised donut.
So they've had a minute on both sides and they're lovely and golden. You can take them out, and I've got a tray here with some kitchen paper towel just to get rid of some of the excess grease. I'm going to pop them on there. And just keep going. Your little balls of dough probably won't need quite a full minute on both sides. And if your donuts have risen a little bit too much, like
that's a nice fryer.
Fat,
see how she has her temperature.
Just use your eyes and just look for the golden color, and you should be fine.
Yum. Now I want a donut. What am I going to do for dinner? That's a good question.
I really love making donuts because I think even with bread as well, like there's something really magical about the way that it kind of puffs up and rises and the yeast makes it all kind of explode. It's really, really fun.
Yum. Yep. Those look great. I would eat those.
If you find that some of your donuts have stuck together, either in the rise or just kind of when you've been shuffling them around, and remove them from each other very, very carefully, because if you pull them apart and stretch them, you're going to knock out all the air that they've been creating in the oven, and they'll just go really horrible.
Alan, you used to fry donuts from frying biscuit mix in vegetable oil, powdered sugar, fake beignet. Yum, that sounds good. Pho with minced ginger. Yum.
So that's all my donuts fried and ready.
It is, yes, but it's also just like a pot. Hi, Raquel. Welcome.
But now we need to glaze them, but I'm just going to clear the decks a little bit. With your oil, you can reuse that a couple of times. What I normally do is let it cool down completely so that all the sediment goes to the bottom of my pan, and then I put it through a filter back into the bottles that they came from, and then I can reuse them a couple of times.
Yep, that's what I do too.
It saves a lot of oil, so that's good. So now I'm going to wait for these to cool down, and I'm going to get on with making the glaze. It's nearly time to eat the donuts, but first we can put a glaze on them, which will make them taste even better and look slightly shiny, which is really good. So I've got a bowl here with some sifted icing sugar. There's 400 grams already in there. I'm going to add to that 2 teaspoons of golden syrup. You can use liquid glucose or corn syrup if you can't find this stuff.
Okay, more honey.
And a pinch of salt, and then a little drop of vanilla extract. And then 90 milliliters of just boiled water. And all I need to do now is whisk it together.
Oh, so she's doing like a vanilla.
And if you glaze it now while the glaze is still warm, it'll create that really nice thin layer of glaze. But you can leave it to cool a little bit if you want it to be a bit thicker. But I'm just going to go ahead and dip them right now.
Yeah, I like a thin, like a Krispy Kreme. Should I order Krispy Kreme donuts? You had pasta alici. That sounds so good. This is nice. I love Blue Dream. So good. Yum. Those look fucking great. I would have dipped both sides, but it's okay. She wouldn't have had enough glaze, I guess.
It's nearly time to eat them, but I just wanted to show you how fluffy they are inside. Come and have a little look.
Yeah, do it. Pull it apart.
And fluffy and
we need
so
that
squishy.
shot.
Oh, I can't wait to eat these. But you know how I don't like eating with my mouth full, so I'm going to save it for later. But thanks so much for watching. I hope this recipe becomes one of your favourite donut recipes, or just the favourite donut recipe, and you never have to go to another.
Did she just say she doesn't like eating with her mouth full? Anyway. Do you know the aging method of non-enriched dough the Mediterranean countries would do? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Feel free to send a link. Donuts, tariffs. All right, Alan. We had to do some educational content, and then we did some munchy content. Okay? Don't get mad at me. Okay, we already watched Glazed. Hi, Savagely. Sorry, my wife explained we have one on a hinge to hang over the fireplace. Apparently, tacos for dinner, lunch was quiche. Oh. Oh, you were serious about the Dutch oven. Okay, let me look up. Double dip. Hey, man. What's up, William?
Boop. Hi everyone, I'm Gemma Stafford, and this week on Bigger Bolder Baking, we are making traditional crullers. Here's how to do it. So crullers are pastry that are fried just like a donut. They're really light and absolutely lovely.
I think
the
it's
dough is not yeasted though, it's a little bit different. We're going to make
Is it a shoe?
it on the stove top. And it's very similar to what we've done when we made churros, where it's more a shoe pastry than it is like a yeasted dough. So here I have.
We can do a shoe again. But I think we should do yeasted.
And into this, I'm going to add in some ingredients. My water, some milk, a little bit of sugar for sweetness, smidge of salt for flavor, and some butter. Now all we want to do is just let this sit here and let those ingredients melt, and then
Yeah,
come to
good
the simmer.
accents
So
today.
Cool's origins are in Europe, and it kind of comes from France, Germany. They're really popular, especially in parts of America that have been popularized by like German settlers, French settlers, things like that. So the Midwest, these are really popular in. Also in California. I love these because it's a light pastry and it's a mix of everything I love about a profiterole, a churro.
Sorry, that was
and
so
eclairs,
random to
things
me.
like that.
Also California?
So there you go. The minute your mixture comes to a simmer, I'm going to add in some all-purpose flour.
Hi, William.
And then with a whisk, we're going to whisk it in. It'll be a bit
Yum.
lumpy and porridgey looking for like a second. Bring it together, and then I switch out my whisk for a wooden
Just start with
spoon.
a wooden spoon.
And all we want to do is just cook it for around a minute here. The pastry will come together in a ball. And we just want to cook it a little bit for less than 2 minutes, just to let that flour cook out. Okay, this is looking good. We're not trying to get
That
any
looks
color
good.
on it or anything like that.
Nice
Lovely,
and dry.
lovely.
You get a little
Let's take
film
it
on the
off
outside.
heat and follow me over to the countertop. Before we start the next step, I did let
Hi,
this mixture cool
Patrick.
down for a little bit.
Welcome
just
to
so
the
it's
live
not
stream.
as hot coming from the stovetop, and then I'm going to add this into my.
Well, let me just tell you guys what's happening with this gold thing behind me if you're just getting here. This is for the raffle, and the winner of this raffle will get a custom chocolate. Do I need to sweeten the deal a little bit or something? But they'll get a custom chocolate by me, not infused. I wish I could do an infused one. But whatever chocolate you want me to make, I'll make you and send it to you as the winner of the cookbook raffle. So send a super chat if you would like your name added on a green ticket. Good, it says good luck to go in there. Other side. The Italians would do it. It's easier for humans to digest the grains. It helps the grains. They would leave the dough for 30 days. Good bread goes hard after a day. I don't know about that. I'll have to look into it. Italian donuts are bomboloni. Yeah, that's true. Sun super chat, says Madam Jam. That's right. Wait, what? Non-infused messed up? Other side. I'm sorry, I won't commit a felony for you. Like, come on, bro. No, it's not going to be infused. I'm not committing a felony for you. You want to, like, there's no amount of money actually that you could pay me to do that. And like, I already do technically with the total Schedule 1 drug. So, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. And I would say, like, if you're in California, but I don't want to leave everyone else out. So, and I don't even think that would be legal for me to do here. So, can't do it. Sorry. Can't do it. Do you want to take your super chat back? Let's keep watching.
My stand mixer. Now, just so you know, if you don't have a stand mixer, you can do this step by hand. It's totally possible. You just need a little bit of extra welly.
It's really easy.
I'm just not feeling that today, so I'm using my stand mixer.
That's fair.
Now what we want to do is turn this on with the K-beater attachment, and we're just going to add our room temperature eggs, one at a time, on like a medium speed. Let it combine. You'll see the mixture start to look like curdled eggs. Very common, always happens. One egg in, add in our other egg. Now make sure your eggs are at room temperature, because if these are cold.
Yeah, giving is not distributing. So you must not understand, like, how do you expect me to give you these chocolates? Do you want me to like meet you? Because I can't ship them to you. I could, you know, like, say you're in, again, I don't want to leave other people out, but I could potentially, if you're based in California, be like, I'll gift you a box of Marigold Sweets. You can go and pick them up at this dispensary and have some sort of deal through the dispensary. But for me to be able to ship chocolate, like a custom chocolate that I'm making for someone, I can't do that. So I don't know what to tell you. Too bad, so sad. Go cry about it. I'll give you your $5 back.
And this is hot. You're talking scrambled eggs, and we don't want that. So now a fun fact.
Do you want to keep arguing with me? We can do it. I'm fine doing that. Been arguing all day. Born arguing. I came out of my mom, started arguing with the doctor. Okay? So I cut this fucking umbilical cord off my neck right now, mister. But yeah, like I just can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't do it. Like for a lot of reasons, you just paid me $5, right? To enter the raffle. So then that is I'm no longer gifting you something. You gave me money. So I cannot do that. Sorry. I can keep going. Do you want me to keep going? I can tell you like the legal reasons why I can't do that. Listen, I've had men, I'm assuming you're a guy. I've had men mansplaining my shit to me all day today. All day. It's super fucking annoying, but I'm getting used to it. It's just like, it's so boring, you know? It's really boring. So I can't do it. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to watch videos about donuts. That's what I want to do. Okay. I will give you your $5 back. Don't worry. We'll figure out how to do that. If you're part of the club, I'll refund your month. How's that? And you won't be able to be a part of the group chat if I do that. Okay. So, or DM me or any of that. End of discussion. Let's move forward. Okay. This is not legal right now. Alan, I try to tell them. Me too. I had it wrapped around my neck too. You did? I did too. Yeah, I came out blue. Alan Bernhoff, don't take on a Sicilian. Not only am I Sicilian, so Sicilian is where mafia comes from, right? Which isn't like so much. What the fuck are you doing? Sorry. Which isn't so much happening so much. I'm Calabrese. Calabrian. We're like the only spicy Italian in our food. Not the only spicy Italian in our blood, but definitely in our food and definitely in our blood. When I was in Siena, I was eating with the owl contrada during the Palio. It was like they have the Palio is like horse races. Anyway, in Siena, beautiful. And they had these I was on a Rick Steves tour. Rick Steves, big stoner. Love him. My friend Natalie Compton has an interview out with him right now. Anyway, so long table, right? In the streets of Siena. I'm sitting next to this whatever, classic looking, handsome Italian guy from the Owl Contrada. And he's like, oh, where's your family from? And I kind of only knew how to say sono siciliana e calabrese. And he looked at me it's like you can see them tense up a little bit, because you just don't fuck with us. And I wish more people would know that. So anyway, here's me telling you. Okay.
About this recipe, it's actually been on the website for almost 2 years. But the thing about it is, we posted on social, like Facebook, people go nuts for it. And we realized just recently we don't have a video for it. How do we not have a video for one of our most popular recipes on the website? So that's where we have to get on.
We're watching Cruller
to show people how easy it is to make this recipe. You know, and if you follow me on social, you will see recipes that aren't made into videos. You'll see recipes that we have that are just posts on our website. So make sure you follow us on all platforms to keep up to date on the new recipes that we have coming out all the time. After your eggs, just go in and add a little bit of lemon zest.
Lemon zest, nice, fancy,
This adds a nice,
fancy.
bright and light flavor to it.
We're not going to do cruller, but yeah, it sounds good.
Turn off your machine and you'll end up with a dough that looks like this. Not super runny, still holds a shape.
See?
When it falls.
The V.
This is the perfect cruller dough. There's a fine line with this, guys.
You want the
I have to
V.
say, this is a pretty awesome recipe. So here's what we need to do. This dough is soft and we have to pipe it later. So I'm going to put it into this bowl.
It's kind of sad, but I like getting a little spicy sometimes. And it happens all the time. I can't help it. I need to work on it. But like, I just get so like, what's your problem? Why do you have to like, you know what I mean? Just like behave.
And I'm going to cover it with cling wrap. Now you want to lay the cling wrap directly on the pastry. I'll tell you why. If you don't, it can form a skin and we don't want that. So we're going to chill this for a minimum of an hour, but it actually can be made up to 24 hours in advance, which is super handy.
Ooh, Petra, there's a restaurant here that uses day-old donuts and makes it into an eggs bacon sandwich. Drop the link in the chat. I want to know where that is.
I'm going to pop this into the fridge right now and get it nice and chilled. While our dough is chilling, I just want to make our glaze.
And you love an Irish accent.
Really fast, so we have it ready to go, because once our crullers are fried, we dip them in here, let them set, and they're ready to be enjoyed. So here I have some powdered sugar. I'm going to add in a little bit of milk into this.
Yum. And some vanilla.
And vanilla extract.
Easy.
Now this recipe is my basic vanilla glaze recipe.
Nothing basic about vanilla.
So many things, but it just gives these little crullers a lovely.
If you win, you want a baklava cheesecake infused. Bro. Oh, one happy mama. Oh. Harry. Madam Drum. Kathy Pete. Madam Drum. Where'd you go? Here you are. Let's make sure you did. You only did one. Oh, wait, let me look. You can look at it. Here you go. There you go. I'll refund your month. I'm in no mood. I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. You're not even a member of my club. Good. Where'd you go? Thanks, Madam Dram. Thank you. Bye-bye. Cool. Thank you. Like a loser. Why are people like, what's wrong with people? Bro, just like go to therapy. Go talk to a therapist. Talk to him who I remind you of in your family that you want to boss around and you want to like feel dominant over, and to speak to someone about it. There's no shame in it. It's really good for you to just kind of talk about like why certain people get a reaction out of you in that way. Like I know why I get the reaction I get when people, when bros do that to me. Didn't take me long to figure that one out. Ooh, I smoked both of those ones. That's right. I want to keep the goddess for tomorrow. I'll have this blue dream. Hazel, right? Okay, thanks for validating. It's always nice to get validated by your fam, you know. Yeah, Madam Dram, you're fine. You handled it. We handled it. I ripped up his raffle prize and whatever, $5 for having to deal with that asshole. He can come sue me. I probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. Give him $5. Come to LAX. I don't want to meet you. No, thank you. And yeah, I don't see an other side in the club, so I don't know who he is. But happy to give him his $5 back.
A little kiss of sweetness.
Hi, Jolvis.
And a hint of vanilla.
We had a little bit of drama.
There we go. This is a good consistency for us to dip our crullers into. So I made a choux pastry ahead of time. It's been lovely and chilled, and now it's really nice and thick, so perfect for piping. It's in a piping bag fitted with a nice big star nozzle to get those iconic ridges on our cruller. Here, I've got ready a little bit of parchment paper, some squares with 3-inch circles on them. All this information is in the written recipe. And you want to make those ahead of time and just get them ready. Now, I have my trays here. I'm going to put my paper down, and all I'm going to do is do a circle around the perimeter of my drawing, and then I'm going to seal the edges, just like that. Just one circle. So now I don't want you to start freaking out in case you feel like you're not the best piper. Just follow the circle, don't overthink it, do it in a swift motion, and it'll come really easy to you once you do one or two.
Pressure.
This recipe will make you around 16 to 18 crullers, depending on how thick you pipe them. I have them on my tray here. I'm going to head over to the stove top and let's start cooking them off. So once they're piped, you can start frying them off. So here I have a few inches of oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, something like that, in a high-edged pan. It's a nice heavy bottom, good quality saucepan when you're deep frying at home. So just make sure of that. I have it on medium heat. Now I don't use a thermometer. I'm kind of like old school, like Irish mammy like that, where I just look at stuff and I know when it's ready or not. So what I do to check if the oil is ready, I'm going to put in this wooden spoon, and if it starts to bubble around that, see that? When it starts bubbling around, when it bubbles like that, it means that it's ready and it's the right temperature to start frying. If it doesn't bubble enough, let it get hotter. If it bubbles too much, maybe it's too hot. I can start to add in my paper. Now watch this, you're probably thinking you can't deep fry parchment paper.
What's the title, Eddie?
Lay them down gently, just lay them down gently into the oil, face down. Don't worry about the parchment paper. I know you're freaking out. I can hear you. Don't. It's okay. We are going to leave these in here for around a minute. Then I'm going to go in and peel off that paper, and it comes straight off. Once you remove their paper, you're going to cook the donuts for around 2 minutes on each side. If they start to brown too quickly, it might mean that the oil is too hot.
Turn down your oil.
Use tongs when making your crullers for safety and just keeps you an arm's length from the hot fat. Remove the donuts with tongs and put them onto a tray lined with a baking rack. And let any excess
I'll
oil
look
drip
it up.
off. Now all you have to do is continue with the rest of your crullers. So if you're into donuts as much as I am, I have so many videos for you to check out. I've got cake donuts, I've got beignets that have not been fried, I have homemade churros, like so.
I found it. Oh yeah, she's great.
Ciao
amici, allora. Do you guys want me? Okay, I don't know if I can translate this.
Marina, tutti quanti, volevate I bomboloni sia. Ok, incominciamo.
We're gonna start. The thing is, we're starting with lievito is yeast of beer, like beer yeast. Spricciolato, break it up. Like when you take the video, there are the telephone. Oh, the telephone's ringing.
Le donne,
sugar.
sapete,
Le dosis lo sapete. How much you know. Quanto basta. However much is enough.
Sono un po' mescolati, c'è
Magari
qualche primo nei
we got it,
secondi e qualche
hopefully.
secondo nei contorni, però
She put the
insomma,
recipe
tutto
there.
fa brodo, è tutto lì. Ecco, allora, preparo parte liquida, più che
2
liquida
eggs.
è liquida, più che liquida è liquida. Che cosa
This
devo
is the
dire?
liquid part. Sugar is part of the liquid
Allora, questo è il
because
mio
sugar is considered a liquid.
il catino che mi serve per fare gli impasti.
And now you're going to make it
Aggiungo
into a
anche gli aromi.
paste. You're going to put some lemon zest. Aggiungere, add some lemon zest.
Aroma.
We need it for the aroma,
Che
the
forte,
aroma, the
che brava
aroma more
capitana.
strong.
Va bene.
That's good.
Anche se io tifo Bologna, chiaramente.
We you know, like we know how
Capitano
much to
finale.
use.
Io ce l'ho, metto anche la scorza di arancia.
And a little
Chiaramente
bit.
il limone
I
lo
like
trovi
to put a
sempre,
little bit of
l'arancia non la
orange.
trovi sempre,
Clearly,
ma
the
quando ce l'hai
lemon
perché
you
vengono
find
più saporiti,
always with the
uguali.
orange.
Saporiti profumati, la roba non profumata, lo sai come dico sempre, è inutile neanche mettersi lì e farla, perché con il naso hai già mangiato 3/4 di quello che dovresti mangiare. Quindi stai bella
So
abbondante.
she's saying like I'm using lemon, I'm using orange because like such a big part of eating is like what you smell. So like having all of these different aromas, these different terpenes, right? That's what makes it quindi style abbondante, mangiare quindi style abbondante. I'm not good at translating though, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm trying my best here, okay? My Italian isn't that great anymore, so mi dispiace.
E via andare.
And it's the way to go. It's the way to go.
Un
Okay.
pizzichino di sale.
A little bit of salt.
Insomma, proprio una cosa infima, è così, guarda.
It's just like how much you use is this thing. Like it's you know what I mean? It's una cosa intima. It's a thing that's intimate. Like it's something that's personal, you know? I need a teacher like you so I can travel and get lost in Italia. Yeah.
Metto lì. Userò lo stesso cucchiaio dello
I
zucchero
use the
che
same
pure già-
spoon for the sugar that already she's saying like I don't want to make more dishes for myself. So I'm using the same spoon that I used to scoop out the sugar.
È già punto.
È già
Meno
punto, meno male
male che siete così
che siete
intelligenti
così
capite tutto da soli. Poi già posso incorporare un po' di panna perché tanto un pochino ci andrà e poi
She's gonna add a little bit of cream because often a little bit ci andrà e poi metterò. Ci andrà. It's like that's what I put.
metterò alla fine quello che serve in più. Cosa ho fatto?
She
Ho
puts them at the
pesato,
end.
metto un po' di panna perché serve.
Because it needs it.
Ma tu rubi la frase al ghepardo, eh?
Ah, certo, è vero, il ghepardo dice perché ci mette quello? Perché serve.
Perché serve, because it needs it.
Arriverà anche il nostro ghepardo latino fra un po', eh? Allora, vedo che sia un po' sciolto il lievito.
You're trying to like break up the yeast into it enough, and now we're gonna add the flour.
Allora, se c'è troppa poca farina, troppo lievito, insomma.
You don't want to put too much yeast. You want to put too much. Se c'è troppo poco, if there's not enough flour and there's too much yeast, insomma,
Se non è
se
equilibrato, dopo senti troppo
it needs to be
l'odore del
equal,
lievito,
you know,
sapore
like the
del
right
lievito,
amount.
E se no non lievita, quindi in
It's
questo
not gonna
momento,
rise.
in questa situazione è importante, cioè hai visto, andiamo a cucchiaiate con lo zucchero, andiamo
And you
a
need to
occhio
go
con la
with the
panna,
sugar.
a occhio con le uova perché le galline non fanno le uova tutte uguali.
You start with the wet ingredients. You start with all of that because perché le galline, the chickens, non fanno le uova fritte uguali. They don't like lay their eggs all the same. Eggs are like, even if you get like all large eggs, like in my cookbook, I say large, you know, if I'm using eggs, it's usually a large egg, but they're not always equal. So you want to like look at your recipes, like you're looking at your dough, you're looking at how much flour to put, and you don't want to put too much flour because then it's going to be too tight of a dough and it's not going to rise properly.
Quello che è importante è tenere l'equilibrio fra la farina e il lievito. Allora,
It's important that you keep this like equilibrium between the flour and the yeast. Allora.
adesso ci devo mettere le mani perché solo con
Now
le
I need
mani
to use my
sento.
hands because now my hands they can feel. She needs to
Un bel
feel
po'
it
più
to
morbido
see.
di così mi serve.
And maybe a little bit more cream because it's
Sentimento
too
direi che questa è la misura giusta.
yeah. A scent, you know, anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's like she needs to feel it out. I'd love to go cook with her.
Posso metterne un altro goccino ancora.
A
Vedi?
little, like,
Nella ricetta
thing,
credo
a little
ci
more
fossero
of
segnati
cream.
proprio i 250 grammi, ma ci vanno,
She says, she's just kind of winging it. And she has an exact recipe. The La Recette is right here. Her recipes are right here. So if you want to, like, go to this video, let me see if I can put it in here. If you want to watch this later and see, like, what her recipe is, and you want me to translate it for you, I can do that on the Edibles Club, my Patreon. So if you want, I can provide a full English. I'm sure she has an English translation.
Vedi che l'impasto deve risultare morbidino,
You want to
Non
like
troppo asciutto.
you have to see that the dough becomes very nice and soft, and see how it's all coming together.
Poi adesso se ti aiuta, e penso di sì,
It'll help
puoi
you
anche
if
lavorarlo sul tagliere.
you have to like work it on the table. I think
Perché serve, perché fa comodo.
because it needs it, because it's more comfortable.
Così.
So she's gonna take the
Tagliere,
tea.
io non uso mai il tagliere per fare i dolci, soprattutto questi così umidi, perché il tagliere è di legno e assorbe. Qua il marmo va più che bene. o
Marble
comunque
is
un piano
marble
con
is
tappetini
better
che ci sono di
because it's
silicone, insomma,
cold.
non usarlo, non farlo sul tagliere della sfoglia per
She
piacere.
doesn't use wood.
Ecco, perché non è sfoglia.
It's not, yeah. Marble. She's like, marble is the best. I fucking love. Yeah, I want a marble. I used to have a little marble countertop.
Vedi che lui si attacca. Te lo porta
You see
via.
how it's like sticking to me, but she's going to keep working it and it's not going to stick to her. It'll become more of a dough, just like with the woman with the machine. You can do it by hand, and this is how Italian nonas cook. They do it all by hand. It's hard on their bodies, hard on their shoulders, their backs. Don't talk about that enough.
Lo lavori da dargli la vita, se lo fai in bacinella come fa mia figlia,
The work-
fai questa cosa qua.
Okay, wait, let me 1 second, I gotta go back.
Perché sono vecchia, come
Yeah,
fa mia figlia, fai questo.
The work that you give to life, there are file bacinella. Sorry, I don't know all the words, right? So it's good. Basin file. Come fa? Like what my daughter does, you do this.
Questa cosa qua, io lo faccio sul tagliere perché
I do it
sono
on the
vecchia,
table
faccio
because
come
I'm
mi
old.
pare.
That's how I do it. That's like my way of doing it. Oh, I see.
Diventa
Yeah.
di vita.
She was saying what
Poi
I
lo
was saying.
mettiamo a riposare. Coperto.
And now you're gonna let it rest. Cover it with like I think she's saying plastic wrap
Per un'ora.
for an hour.
Ecco qua, trascorsa un'ora con la plastichetta, mi raccomando, la plastichetta che è
Like a bag.
fondamentale.
Like
Tanto
a
sapete, voi
proofing
ci
bag.
seguite, che per tutte
And
le
she likes to
occasioni,
reuse
per
that.
tutte
That's
le
nice. That's a
cose,
nice one.
l'ho messa nella plastichetta.
And she's like,
Va
I like to
bene.
reuse my
Allora,
plastic,
vediamo
you
com'è
know.
questo impasto che è ben migliorato.
Now it's even better because
farina sempre sul mare, come ho detto.
you know, the yeast and like it allows the flour to get fully hydrated and
Senti come ciocca bene.
see how it sounds good. Ciocca bene. La. There. Adesso now.
Così com'è.
Let's see how it is. We're going to cut it. And we're going to get some like lard because I think to fry it.
Facciamo sottili, a me piacciono sottili. Perché non deve essere tutta pasta,
You don't, doesn't have to be more the pasta, the dough.
Magari, però se sono sottili, insomma, a me piacciono di più. A tutti
She likes it more sottili.
Perché
she sees that everyone likes, you know, everyone likes them more. So she's rolling them really thin. I think I got that right. Winslow's not here tonight. He's busy. He's busy. Look at, you can see the zest from the oranges and the lemons. Mmm. Bene, good. Now we're going to cut. To cut, we're going to take do 2 circles now.
Ci saranno su Maestra Spisni, vabbè. Comunque sono di quelle, devo prendere 2 misure.
I'm going to take 2 sizes. One more big, one more small.
E le taglio prima con la
grande.
grande.
We're going to cut them. I'm going to cut them. The bigger ones. Look at how close she puts them. Very little waste. That's how an Italian nonna cooks.
Poi conteremo se sono venuti i numeri pari o i numeri
We're going to count.
Togliamo tutto questo che poi, dove poi faremo le ciambelline.
We can do the ciambelline.
È scarto per modo di dire. Poi ci facciamo le ciambelline che sono buonissime.
We're going to do something else with that dough. Ciambelline. I don't know what that is.
Vediamo.
Let me see.
Questa va preparata ieri, la ricetta ce l'hai della crema. Vuole fredda,
That's
il giorno prima se possibile.
Sorry. It's hard to translate in smoke pot. So this is
se possibile.
If we prepared like yesterday we made this like pastry cream recipe. It's a pudding, vanilla pudding. You want it cold, bella fredda, beautifully cold. And then you put it in the middle of your, a spoonful in each of your bomboloni. Maybe we're going to make these. These look pretty fucking good. Maybe we'll do these and we'll do a maple glaze on them. You're going to, belli pieni, beautifully full, like nice and full.
Allora, intanto abbiamo contato, sono dispari, quindi dopo uno lo toglieremo.
We don't. Oh, should I spray them with a little bit of water?
Acqua senza mettere cose strane.
Nothing with nothing weird in it.
Quindi bagnato su bagnato, lo
a little bit wet, a little bit wet. They work in a better way. And then you're gonna make them like this. Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering why she was, and you're attacchi bordi. You're attaching attacca. You're attaching the border, and then you're gonna cut it so that really it's gonna seal it. It's gonna come to the run. So you put it there, and you're gonna let it rise another 2 hours. Wow. Signora Plastica. Her, you know, like her Signora Plastica. Vediamo che there. Look at how beautiful they've grown. This one, maybe it opens. You know, like she's like insulting her work a little bit, but because she's a perfectionist. Okay, the fat is the right hot. Put it in.
ma non bollente.
I know, right?
Friggere chiaramente.
Disparati means odd numbers, right? Odd numbers because she's closing them on top of each other, so she needs a top with, so.
Devono starci un po' di tempo.
They need to stay for a little bit of time. Wow, those look good. Her kitchen's amazing.
È scappato, hai visto che è scappato?
It
Sì,
escaped.
mi sono accorto.
Mi sono accorto. I'm okay. Sorry.
Sono usciti meglio,
They're going to be done better.
Sfigurati, pazienza.
A couple of them got disfigured. She's insulting herself. They're beautiful.
Grasso, tu fai come ti pare. Io chiaramente uso lo strutto.
Okay, she's like, fat, you do what you want. Tu fai come ti fa. You know, you do what you do. Chiaramente uso lo strutto. Obviously. I think she's saying I use the lard. Lo strutto. Yeah, I use the lard. Okay? Chiaramente uso lo strutto. Oh my god. I do love it. It's kind of like a Boston cream. We could put chocolate on it.
Quello che metti
Che
trovi,
vuoi? Make it obvious to you. Wow, those look good.
Giri, quelle 2 o 3 volte
Turn
che
them a
serve.
few times, whatever they need.
Finché non sono cotte. Piegheranno forse 3-4 minuti, forse anche 5, non lo so.
You know,
Vediamo.
you have to watch it. I don't know. How long is it going to take? Is it going to, they're full.
Sai cosa ti dico? Che è già festa quando ci sono i bomboloni.
Okay, they say, like I say, like, it's always it's a party if there's bomboloni.
Noi si andava quando eravamo ragazzi, c'era, adesso non c'è più. A Porri
Dove si alzava quando eravamo ragazzi? Where, when we got up when we were kids, c'era adesso, there was now, there isn't the door in
Strada Maggiore, quasi alla porta,
in the
c'era
major
uno, di
store.
notte facevi i bomboloni, di giorno li
Where
portava
she's
al
talking about where you
Noi si
can get these
andava di notte
bamboloni
con Ferrari,
at a bar.
Mio marito era matto per quelli, li portava sua
My
mamma,
husband was like obsessed with them. Coming out hot.
Forse ci sono dei posti dove fanno veramente solo questi bomboloni farciti, ma non è la stessa fantasia.
It's not the same as what we would have when it wasn't the same fantasy as when we were children,
Quando lo vedi che è bello dorato, il colore del bombolone,
When you see that they're nice and golden, like the color of an orange. They look like oranges. What a great...
belli.
I just want to say, like, what a wonderful analogy for people to be able to look at what they want these bomboloni to be the color of an orange, and you probably have that beautiful smell.
Bruniti, tiriamo su e li metto a sgocciolare nella carta da fritti.
And then you're gonna put it onto some paper for it to like drain. Ecco qua, we're gonna put like powdered sugar.
A me piacciono più così.
I like it more like this. Wait, what was the other choice? I'm sure it was like a glaze.
Ecco qua. E di se non è già festa, no?
Ecco qua. Like, see, I told you it's a party, no? Okay.
Buongiorno a tutti, siamo ancora qui a VSB Bologna.
Hello, we're all here in Bologna.
Sta provvedendo il buon Guglielmo Guillaume.
We're making, we can watch. Let's see what else she's got on here. Yum. I love bomboloni. Let's see what she's got here. We're tracking a little bit from donuts. We'll vote on it. We're going to vote on my Patreon, the Edibles Club. I'm going to drop it right now. because I think you all should know what it's about. And come and join the club. I'm going to pin it so you can join. And that's where the group chat is. And that's who gets to vote on what donut recipe I'm going to cook on Saturday. Could be, we have a lot of options here. But let's watch a fun thing from this lady again, and I'll translate it for you if you want me to. Pascal, can I send you a picture of maple donut I have with bacon, pecans, whiskey shot? Are you a part of the Patreon? You can if you... We have a group chat there. Club. Tell them about the group chat. Okay? Because that's where you can send me pictures. Or I think you can send things here too in the... Like if you send... the super chat. I don't know how it works on YouTube, but you can on Patreon. Pick a hard one to translate. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. You know. What do you want what do you want to learn about? We've got little pizzas, grandma's little pizzas. We've got he's going to put me in shape. No, you know. Where I put myself in shape. This is like zucca. I'm assuming that's pumpkin ravioli. Sono caduta ma sto bene. I fell, but I'm doing okay. Ricetta torta di miele. This is an apple cake. Quando tornerò da Antonella. This is like a thing. This is lasagna, mushroom lasagna. This is like a squash or pumpkin soup. Cannelloni di verza. Let's watch this one.
Cannelloni, dunque, qui non c'è carne, non c'è salume, c'è il cavolo.
Yeah, Petra is like, you get to talk to me. Come join the Patreon. It's really awesome. $5 for the opening tier, and that gives you access to the group chat. Free members don't have access to the group chat, but you do get like notifications and things. But and discounts on club merch, but the group chat is $5 a month, and it's really fun, and we do lots of fun stuff. Well, we just talk, we just chit chat, right, club? Yes.
Cannelloni, dunque, qui non c'è carne, non c'è salume.
Cannelloni, there's like in this cannelloni, there's no meat, there's no salami. You know what I mean? Like this is a vegetarian.
Il cavolfiore, la verza,
it's cauliflower,
il formaggio, perché c'è il parmigiano. Guarda che bello che è. Delicato.
Okay, like there's parmesan. What else did she say? Cauliflower, and then she said like, look at how subtle it is. Like look, you know, like how delicate it is.
Saporita.
Flavorful. Oh, she fell. A little bit crunchy.
Tiriamo la sfoglia, eh?
We're gonna, you know, like we gotta tiriamo la sfoglia. Like we have to, basically she's gonna roll out stuff. I don't know why she's saying it that way. The pot, like the dough.
Sempre avanti, mai all'indietro.
Because people search for your name and they won't see it. Wait, what? Oh, snap. Magnifico. You're not running the investment. What? Because people search for your name and they won't see it. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm confused by that. Let's keep watching.
Al centro a fuori.
Fa centro, fa fuori. Put in the center and then put it outside.
La facciamo spessa perché
we do it often.
Spessa per I cannelloni.
we make cannelloni a lot.
La farina è amica, non è
Flour is a friend.
nemico, è quando serve.
Is like a female friend, not a male friend. And when it does well, it goes.
A volte basta il palmo della mano con il suo caldino, già fa da sola.
Like, she's like, you gotta feel this. Like, she's basically trying to, her whole emphasis always here with this cooking class is like, you gotta feel it out. It's like, it's with your soul. It's like,
Allora, spessa ma uniforme.
Spessa, I just want to check I'm translating that right. Ma uniforme, but uniform. Thick, sorry, got it wrong. Thick but even.
Non è mica un contenitore, al suo sapore si deve sentire, soprattutto nei cannelloni. La controlliamo, secondo me c'è solo questo lato.
Like the flavor you taste in the cannelloni, like this is.
Anzi, questo ci vuole, lo faccio. Sì.
You want it like this. Oh wow. She's like, this is where you taste it. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. You can see the light through it.
Direi che va bene. Andiamo a tagliarla,
You know, va bene. It's good. Okay. Now we're gonna cut it.
Li tagliamo.
Now we're gonna cut it.
Belli grandi.
Nice and big.
Perché sono più comodi.
Because it's more comfortable.
E più buoni.
And better.
Bei quadrati,
Beautiful squares, eh?
Ecco. E questi te dici, e questi sono buoni, facciamo I rapessi.
And here I tell you
allora,
that these are really good.
Vedi? Qua
here these are brothers.
Adesso andiamo a cuocerli, cotti, sbianchiti e raffreddati in acqua.
Okay, sorry. Now we're going to cook them. I need to watch that again because what she did here was really fucking subtle, okay? Let's watch her hands again. We might have to make these
dici,
not next
questi
weekend.
Sono buoni, facciamo I rapessi. Allora, qua c'è suo fratello, vedi?
Qua c'è suo fratello. Brother. What? I don't know what she's doing. She's like smushing them a little bit, the dough.
Vedi? Qua c'è suo fratello.
And then did she fold it in half? No.
Adesso andiamo a cuocerli.
Oh, some of them weren't cut like full squares. Quachi. So here, these are brothers. We're going to put these two together, you know? Like to make them a square.
Sbianchiti e raffreddati in acqua fredda salata.
We're going to cook them like really quickly.
Bene, prepariamo il ripieno dei cannelloni.
And then put them in cold water.
Verza cotta, cioè cotti in acqua bollente salata.
So then they were cooked in like salty water, boiling salty water, and the cauliflower and the verza. Verza. Let me look up it. I want to make sure I'm getting that right. Cabbage. Verza. I forgot that word. So this is cabbage and cauliflower cannelloni. It sounds delicious. Imagine cooking with her and making her mad. I wouldn't make her mad. No, they love me. Are you kidding? You know, the only time I had like a nonna, I was making like incarte d'arte and Puglia. I was making these little like Christmas cookies, and this one nonna was like, I was doing a really good job, and she got really quiet, and everyone was like, what's wrong? And she was like, sto lavorando, because she was like working, you know, she didn't like that I was so good at doing it the first time that I had ever done it. So I love cooking with nonnas. It's really fun.
Qui c'è scritto ricotta, ma non è vero che c'è della ricotta, c'è un bel burro, va bene? Così.
Wait, one second.
Insaporire. Qui c'è cotti in acqua bollente salata.
So we cook these like the cauliflower and the cabbage in boiling salted boiling water.
Sia il cavolfiore che la verza. Adesso andiamo a insaporire. Qui c'è scritto
now we're gonna go in with like flavors.
Ricotta, ma non è vero che c'è della ricotta.
It's ricotta, but it isn't ricotta.
C'è un bel burro.
It's like a beautiful butter. She's
Così.
cooking with ricotta?
Mettiamo lo scalogno tritato.
Scalogno tritato, like cut
Tritato, ma non
scallions,
tritatissimo, è che la roba
but not
troppo
cut too much.
tritata. A me non piace, mi piace di sentire le cose.
I guess like she's saying if you cut it too much, don't cut it too much. I think I got that right. I'd have to look at this recipe.
Allora,
Oh, wait,
lo
here.
lasciamo un po', come posso dire,
Wait. Scalono. Shallot. Yeah, okay, I got that right. Ha! So she said shallot, right? And it's not, oh, she was saying it's not ricotta. It's like she reused the carton to make, and it's got butter in it. Or maybe she was using ricotta, but it was like so thick that it's like butter. Bye, Petra. Sorry. Am I boring you? Am I boring everyone? Sorry. Anyway, we'll keep going because I'm not bored.
ingentilire, non soffritto, non cotto, ma che non abbia più quell'odore forte che ha sia la
Okay, one, she said don't cut the shallots too small because it's like it's gonna open up too. She didn't say this, but it's gonna like open up too much surface area. You get too much of the flavor. Like you don't want it like a fine mince. You want it kind of like a small. What would that be? Like a small chop. And then she's saying like you want to cook this, but you don't want to cook it too much. Like you're not trying to get it brown or anything. You just want to cook it so that the flavor isn't too strong. Okay, good night. See you in the group chat. We're cooking cannelloni di verza and cavolfiore, which is cannelloni. It's cauliflower and cabbage cannelloni.
cipolla che l'aglio e anche lo scalogno di conseguenza.
Like she's saying with garlic, also with shallot, you don't want it to brown. You just want to cook out a little bit of the flavor.
Anche solo caldo, sai? La verza.
Okay, now put in the cabbage.
L'umidità, Solo lasciamo andare bene bene. Anzi,
You want to let it cook to get out some of the water.
Adesso questo ballonzola un po'.
So let it cook for a little bit.
Al culo tondo. E allora, pazienza. Mettiamo anche
I don't know what she said. Un culo tonda.
cavolfiore, dice, e sono diverse, va bene, e ci va anche il cavolfiore, non te l'ho detto bene, sorpresa. Più o meno la stessa quantità, diverse cavolfiore.
You want to put basically the same amount of quantity of the cauliflower with the cabbage. Put a little bit of salt.
Però va insaporito lo stesso perché non basta per fare.
Okay, she said I cooked it in salted water, but I tasted it and it's not salty enough.
Questo è il cuore dei cannelloni,
And this is the heart of the cannelloni. It has to have
il ripieno deve avere sapore.
The filling has to have flavor.
Perché è praticamente non è tutto il condimento, ma il cuore deve essere.
It's not because it's not all the condimento. It's not all of it, not all of the dish, but it's the heart. So it has to be strong.
Potente, qualsiasi cosa ripiena vai a fare, il cuore deve essere.
All the things that you have to fill, that you go to fill, the heart, it has to be
potente.
Strong.
Il
pepe
fa
is
meglio
pepper.
che qualsiasi
It's better that some
polvere in abbondanza. Allora,
some things you like pulverize it a lot, like you grind up a lot. Allora
pian pianino andiamo a rompere un po' il cavolfiore.
Piano pianino, like slowly, a little bit slowly, we go to break up a little bit of the cauliflower. Like we're trying to break up a little bit of the cauliflower because
passi il sapore fino dentro.
But yeah, we see that it'll help to like get the flavor inside.
Adesso lo lasciamo
And now
andare
we leave it to cook for 5
Intanto
minutes.
che si insaporisce il ripieno.
And then che si insaporisce il ripieno. We're gonna
Prepariamo
like
la
making
salsa
it
da
more
mettere sopra.
while we like let it like improve its flavor. We're gonna prepare the sauce that you put over
Burro, quello che serve,
butter, however much you
senza
need,
miseria, perché
without
la
measuring,
miseria,
because measurements.
c'è l'abbondanza, non ha mai fatto carestia.
I just want to check something. Wait 1 second. I need to translate this totally like straight because this is an idiom. Misery says abundance has never caused famine. Misery says abundance has never caused famine. That is too funny. She's amazing. I know. I would eat this in a second. I have some
Ma la
cauliflower.
miseria sì che fa carestia, quindi niente miseria.
Ma la miseria, but the misery si che fa carestia, si fa. 1 second. Idioms are hard for me. Si fa carestia, quindi niente miseria. But poverty does cause famine, so no poverty. What'd she say?
Allora, facciamo un attimo.
Now we're gonna let it like melt the butter because it needs to be liquid because it needs.
La farina di riso. Non c'è bisogno che frigga.
Okay, so she's gonna basically make a roux, but instead of using wheat flour, she's using rice flour. It doesn't need to fry. You know, she just wants to make it liquid to make a roux.
Che faccia, anzi, io la farina di riso non la faccio mai friggere.
You don't want to like, oh, she put I don't know if she put the rice flour in, but you don't want to let the rice flour fry.
Lascio cuocere con la temperatura lessa, col liquido.
Oh no, it's doing. She's amazing, yeah. Boiled, yeah. You just kind of want to like boiling temperature for the butter.
Ecco.
So
Però mi
212.
serve di amalgamarla bene.
But it serves me to mix it well.
Quindi se hai un
So
burro non
if you have
freddo di frigo,
a
la
butter
cosa
that's not cold from the fridge,
viene meglio, eh.
it'll work. It'll
Metto la farina
go
di
better.
riso.
Then put your
Subito
flour of the
stemperare
rice.
l'acqua di cottura diversa e cavolfiore.
Okay, and then also at the same time, because you're not trying to cook that rice flour at all, it is strictly there to thicken the sauce. And you're gonna take the water that she cooked because waste not, want not. I love it. Take the water that she cooked the cauliflower and the cabbage in, and use that to thin out your sauce.
Con la frusta perché così non fa grumi. Aspettiamo che prenda il calore, nel frattempo mettiamo un po' di sale.
Wait for it to like get a little bit of heat, and then in the meantime we're going to put a little bit of salt,
Un po' di pepe,
a little bit of
anche qui,
pepper,
e la noce moscata. La
and a
noce
little bit of
moscata
nutmeg,
generosa.
and a lot of
Lasciamo
nutmeg.
cuocere 5 minuti
And we're
la
going to leave it
salsa
cook for 5
e
minutes.
qualche
The
minuto
sauce.
ancora anche il ripieno. Poi se
And then like, you know, also the ripieno. Also some more minutes the cauliflower and the cabbage pan.
vuoi puoi anche frullarlo, puoi anche tritarlo, però come ti ho detto prima, è meglio se la roba abbia una certa, cioè è meglio che abbia una certa consistenza. Ecco.
It's better if it has a certain consistency. One
Puoi
second.
anche tritarlo, però
Tritarlo. sorry. Some, like I chop it. You could also chop it. E puoi anche frullarlo. Blend it. But it's better if you do it by hand, basically. It's what she's saying.
Come ti ho detto prima, è meglio
It's like
se
what
la
I
roba
said.
ha
It's better if the stuff
abbia una certa, cioè è meglio che abbia una certa consistenza.
it's better if it has a certain consistency.
Ecco.
Here, look, this.
Adesso aggiungo il parmigiano grattugiato.
Now I'm going to add some
Vedi, io lo
Parmesan,
metto
grated
bello
Parmesan.
stagionato. Questo 30
You look, I put the really nice stagionato questo at, like this is aged
6 mesi.
36
Perché-
months
perché ci
because
sta, insomma, inutile.
because there is. Insomma,
Niente
it's
sale,
useful.
niente pepe, niente
No
noce
salt,
moscata,
no
perché l'abbiamo
pepper.
già messo
No nutmeg because we already put it.
tanto che si insaporiva,
We already put it già messo enough and it's already flavorful, okay?
E voilà.
Here you
Questo è
go.
il nostro
Voila,
ripieno.
that's French. This,
Perfetto.
but she's up in the
Ben
north.
mescolato,
Oh shit!
intanto
Sorry,
si
my
amalgama.
Siri fucking went off. Go away. Oh, fuck off. Filling, perfect filling, really well mixed.
Vedi,
Now
bello
we're gonna.
cremoso e va bene
We
così.
see that it's nice and
Se
creamy
dovesse
and it
essere un
goes
po'
well.
asciutto, puoi aggiungere un po'
It has to be a little bit dried because
di salsa, ma va bene così.
puoi aggiungere. It looks a little bit dry. Puoi aggiungere. We're gonna add a little bit of sauce, but it's okay.
Ma non ha bisogno di niente.
It doesn't have
Adesso
anything
andiamo a
of
fare i
anything.
cannelloni. Allora, la
And now
sfoglia,
we're gonna make the cannelloni.
abbiamo detto
The
sbianchita, vuol
dough
dire passata
has.
in acqua bollente salata, giusta.
Okay. Sorry.
Bollente salata.
Vuol dire we detto sbianchi. I think that's. You whitened. You want to say. Passed in the water, boiling water, salted water.
Salata, giustamente salata.
The right amount of
Come
salty.
per la cottura dei maccheroni o delle
Like in the same with cooking macaroni or with cooking tagliatelle.
quadrati.
Like when you're cooking with pasta, you want to salt your water well. Come per la cottura.
Poi vanno raffreddati in acqua fredda.
Then you're gonna put the squares in cold water.
Ugualmente salata. E
Equally
li puoi fare anche
salty.
un giorno
And you can also like do it
prima, 2 giorni
the day
prima.
before,
Li
2 days
conservi in
before,
frigo. Vedi, qua abbiamo il raffreddo
and keep it in the fridge.
che
And
avevamo fatto. Li metti giù.
look at how we've il repeso kiddo that qua we have the kiddo che avevamo. I don't know what that means. That have the kids did them here. We were putting them down.
Così, un po' sfasati.
So un po' sfasati, like un po' out of phase, like not perfectly. She's funny. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing a good enough translation for you. We can put them in for you, but I like looking at it in Italian. Let's see if I can put that's in Italian. It won't do it in options, font, auto translate. We can do it here. It'll be funny. Let's see what the translate says.
Adesso ne facciamo 4, poi tanto li facciamo tutti, eh. A questo punto mettiamo il ripieno.
Now we're gonna fill them.
Che sia generoso, perché qua c'è il sapore dei nostri cannelloni, Se viene molto in centro non fa niente. Va bene ugualmente perché dopo li mettiamo a posto quando li arrotoliamo. Guarda, un poco di burro, poca roba.
A little bit.
Nella teglia. Arrotoliamo i cannelloni. Vedi perché sono sfasati? Perché li prendi su una alla volta e li puoi sistemare con le mani. Se l'hai messo anche tutto in centro, dopo lo metti a posto.
I want to make these.
Ecco, li fai tutti finché riesci a riempire la teglia. Nel frattempo
you finish the pan. You guys can read it
che abbiamo
yourselves
fatto
then.
con l'acqua di cottura si è raffreddata e si è inspessita.
It's cooled and
Adesso
thickened.
aggiungo, mica tanto, sai, quanto un cucchiaino di succo di limone. Tu dici perché?
Wow. Why?
Perché come sempre si dice, il cibo deve essere una sinfonia, deve essere una musica, ci vuole equilibrio. Ci vuole il dolce, ci vuole il salato, ci vuole l'amaro, ci vuole l'acido. Ok, guarda come fa, come diventa.
And that's the thing. It's like salt, you need some fat, you need sugar, sweetness, you need acid, you need herbaceousness. There's so many different kind of notes that you want to hit. Pepper.
Mettine pure perché cuocendo va giù.
It's a symphony.
C'è rimasta qualche foglia di resina, ma va bene.
Guarda.
La fa un po' più saporita.
More
io
flavorful,
direi che un gocetto lo posso mettere. Parmigiano.
Of course, why not?
Abbondante.
A lot
perché
of
deve
it.
fare la crosticina.
Abbondante.
Poi io te lo dico.
Abbondante.
Ci andrebbe anche un po' di pan
The
grattato.
recipe.
Forno, 200
No,
gradi.
who wants breadcrumbs?
20 minuti circa.
Wow.
Guarda che bello
Wow.
che è, che bella crosticina. Cannelloni dunque, qui non c'è carne, non c'è salume.
Non c'è niente.
Più. Cosa non c'è? Facciamo prima a dire quello che c'è. C'è il cavolfiore,
C'è
la
sapore.
verza, il formaggio, perché c'è il parmigiano, guarda che bello.
Le cose buone.
Acqua di cottura lavorata a crema, te la ricordi, l'abbiamo appena fatta. Eccoci qua. Però la roba è buona, fatta e mangiata. Non dico altro perché sennò faccio la concorrenza. Però adesso faccio come i bambini, così mi dice mia figlia, tagli tutto prima come i bambini. È vero, ma diventare vecchi si torna bambini, io faccio come mi pare. Qui brucia tanto, aspetta che preparo un po' di anaffio qua. Invece abbiamo messo un bel albana.
I've never had that.
Nostro d'Imola, biologico.
What's enough? Biological? Enough. No. Bonbon, stop it.
Questo brucia, io vi consiglio aspettare 5 minuti prima di mangiarlo e di porzionarlo, però adesso farò un sacrificio eroico solo per voi, anche se io tanto lo so che è buona.
Wow.
Delicata, saporita.
That looks so good. Lo voglio.
È divina. La sfoglia grossettina con la crosticina sopra, provala. Vedrai che soddisfazione.
I want to try it. Hi, everyone. Hey, Marvin. All right, I'm going to bed too. I'm done. I'm out. I'm tapping out for this evening. Thank you so much, everyone who was here. I'm going to roll the credits and I'll leave this on. I think we should we're definitely going to make these cannelloni at some point because that just looked too delicious. I love it. And it's vegetarian, which is really nice. Thanks everyone for being here. Pre-order my cookbook. Join the Edibles Club on Patreon. It's very fun. I had fun with everyone. We are going to do donuts on Saturday. I'm going to drop my cookbook in here 1 second. It's been fun. And I thought that was really fun. She was great. And that was we're going to vote on what donut to make. We've got some Chocolate Mike. Thank you for the super chat. And Madam Dram, thanks for holding down the fort. Let me play this outro. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Let's thank our club members. We have our Edibles Club producers, Madam Dram, Kathy Sachs, Lindsay Gabriel. and then Bounce for Ounce members and our club members. So if you would like to join the Edibles Club, the link is tagged at the top. That's the best way to support this content. You can also get to see your name here in the credits, but you also get to have access to the club chat, which is very cool. The quarter up tier is where you get access to the Discord. And on Saturdays, after the Kitchen Sesh, we have a club sesh where we all hang out and smoke pot. I'm usually pretty stoned because on Saturdays, I cook with cannabis. That's right. You heard that right. So this Saturday, we're going to do donuts. That was why we were looking at donuts today. We're going to vote on what kind of donut. And when I say we, I mean my Patreon, the Edibles Club. So if that interests you and you want to have a say and you want to have a chat, come and hang out with all these cool people because they're all in the club. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. My dog's torturing me. Bonbon. She didn't behave at all. Never sat on her mark, but that's okay.